Right.
Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of OneVsOneMe. So usually me and Dee take it in turns to announce, well, do the hellos and stuff at the beginning. So last week I did it, but Dee hasn't yet shown me his face because he has a big reveal. So I'm Cakes, as you can see on the screen, and this here is Dee, who will reveal himself in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey!
Thought I'd go
And the
booty
bald
head and all.
That was fun. That was fun. You still look older than your mom, but that was fun.
That's it. Die in the face cop.
So how are you? How are you? What have you been up to this week? And hello chat,
Very well.
hello people.
Yes, hello everyone out there as well. But yeah, no, I've not been up to much at all this week.
Oh, hang on. Let me just interject you there for 1 second, Dee. We don't have networkers in this stream, so if you're a networker and you want me to show you love, I'm not going to. Welcome though to our stream. If you enjoy. Right,
there you go. Easy, bosh.
Oh no, I don't think it was him. Don't think it was him.
Country redneck. It was.
No, he said hello. I liked you and I like StreamYard.
Show me love. Okay, I liked StreamYard.
No,
no, you're right. Okay, you're right. Sorry,
right.
I do apologise.
Right.
I'm a very bad moderator.
Country redneck. I think all of these brain cells are in his beard and they've now gone. So
gone. My superpower has diminished.
Hi, Chris. Yeah. But yeah, we don't have networkers here. That's not this kind of channel. We want to chat with you guys, chill with you guys. If you want networkers, go to Think Dragon.
Yeah, go off to a networking channel. This is it for serious conversation.
Hey Chris, hey Juan Carlos. But yeah, so what have you been doing this week?
Mostly been, I've done a little bit of resin, but apart from that, I've not really done much. I'm
excited to see, because
I wasn't actually planning to show this off, otherwise I would have had it closer. But yeah, I've made a load of bits with resin.
Which one's mine?
Well, we'll do a better picture on Messenger or something, and yeah, you can pick one. I'll send it up.
I want a purple one.
I haven't got purple yet. I still need to get some purple ink.
I want purple.
Yeah.
So I am very impressed. Mucho impressed. I've actually been contemplating building myself this week. So I mentioned it to you last week, and I've been looking at wood. Been looking at wood, guys, to build it's going to be like a polygon kind of chest. Like, it's not the normal chest shape, and it's massive, and it's polygony size to fit in between 2 sofas as like a coffee table with a flippy top. Just to make things easier for my mama, because she's only got this little table in there, and she struggles to store everything and is always losing the remote, so you know how mums get. So yeah, but I'm debating on the wood, and my dad won't let me. So even though I know how to operate a circular saw, which I shouldn't be trusted with a circular saw. So my dad's like, no, and he was like, you're not allowed to circular saw MDF either, because that, well, like, you know, it's not very good.
Yeah, respirator.
I don't have a respirator. And apparently a mask just don't cut it. Okay, pops. Yeah, I know. And you were like, no, and I was like, okay, Dad. Just to clarify, D is not my dad. That would be fun. But yeah, so I'm just trying to work out how to build this, with my chest being as bad as it is, where I can't stand up and for very long. So
you have an Irish boyfriend, surely he can help out a bit. No, I can tell by the look. It's just, I wish you could. I wish you could. He's not that type of man.
No. But I am good at building, though. I built 2 kitchens. I know how to tile. I know how to plaster. I know how to do all of that. So I'm quite excited to do it. I might film it and time lapse it.
In that relationship, then, yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, I am pretty good at building stuff. So Yeah, I probably won't like live stream it or anything just because I can't really stand up and my chest is fucked. So I might just time lapse it and put a
Yeah,
fun little track behind it and stuff.
that'd be cool. I was going to
Well, you know
exactly
I
what I was
can't
going to
talk.
suggest when you said I probably won't live. I was going to say, why don't you time lapse it? But
Yeah, exactly. Because well, you know what I'm like when I just walked into the other room and came back and I was like, so I have like before me and Dee start chatting, I'm sitting down for like half an hour because otherwise I'm just broken and like hurting. So Dee, you look like David Cross, Small Soldiers.
Small soldiers.
It's really strange looking at your head as well.
I know. It's for me as well. It's
I'm
crazy.
not sure how I feel
because my
about
hair's
it.
long enough now. Like, I've got a little
Yeah, I
ponytail
saw
on
the
the go.
little ponytail at the back. I'm gonna give you some of my hair because my hair comes down to my butt. So you can have some of that. Yeah, cool. And I've also been trying to eat healthier this week. I haven't eaten any foamy at all in the past week.
Nice.
I've literally everything that I've cooked has been cooked from scratch. Not even frozen food, like no frozen food. Everything, like my fridge is just like vegetables are falling out of my fridge, and I think I need a big fridge because I'm just totally losing space in there. Like, we're having to buy food every couple of days instead of once a week, which I guess is how they used to do things. But in the spring, I'm really going to think about planting some veggies out in the garden, and especially some salad because we eat salad with every meal as like a aid to digestion.
Cross by the spring, you'll be a long way into maybe getting your own place. So.
Yeah, I'd like to think so, but it depends on how my health is. If I'm not back at work, then
Yeah, I suppose I'll
get no money. I can't tell you how much I miss working. It's horrendous being just stuck at home, bored, and with not much to do. So yeah, I want to get back to work and actually be earning some money. So until I am, we don't really have much prospect in that, which is unfortunate. But
maybe building this whatever thing for your mum will
polygon
relieve
cabinet.
the boredom.
Hopefully,
sorry?
hopefully. I'm calling
Open
it a
top
polygon.
cabinet, yeah.
No,
polygon.
because it's a polygon shape. It's not a square. It's like.
Have you thought maybe doing a little bit of resin with it, like do a resin panel, wood panel, red? Although I don't know how you do it. You're just an amateur resinist.
So I was thinking because seeing how easy it must be to do resin if you can do it.
Oh, cheers, fucking. No, go on, fine.
But I don't think it would be too difficult if I could nail in like nail a ridge around the outside and inset resin into the top.
Yeah, you know? I mean,
make a completely waterproof seal around the outside.
Yeah, you basically get some packing tape and a hot glue gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put a packing tape underneath so you're blocking anything from coming out underneath. Packing tape around the sides, and then you just seal it with hot glue, pour your resin in where you want it, and
I have a hot glue gun. So I can't imagine it would be too difficult. And like I said to you the other day, when I taught myself how to do acrylic nails in 50 hours, like watching 50 hours of YouTube videos, and my second attempt at acrylic nails was virtually perfect. I firmly believe that you can learn anything from watching a YouTube tutorial or watching it enough. And although I don't know, do you have to have something in you to be able to do that? Not what you guys do.
You at least have to have a desire to want to do it. I think a lot of people think they want to do stuff because it looks cool, but when they actually start doing it, they realise actually this isn't for me, and that's why people don't always get great at things. I think not so much. Although that does certainly seem to be natural talent as well in some areas. You see these like child prodigies that can play the guitar after like 6 weeks and they sound like they've been playing it for 60 years, kind of thing. Like and pianists and violinists. So yeah, there's certainly a natural talent to some of these things, but I think it is just a desire, a want to persevere with them.
Yeah, I think sometimes you have to be somewhat intuitive to be able to understand instruction as well. Like there's one thing to be able to follow a recipe, but you actually need to understand the recipe, like understand what the words mean and the concept of simmering. I know that has nothing to do with resin, but it was the easiest example for me because I understand cooking. You have to know when onions have sauteed enough for you to take them off the heat, and not necessarily be like, okay, well in 10 minutes it must be done, because you have to know when it's done. So yeah. So how are you guys in the chat? You're all very quiet.
I think they're all stunned by the reflecting light from my bald
quite
spot.
quite possibly. You look thinner. Like,
I know it's
but,
made it. I know. Yeah.
But you don't look gaunt. You looked ill with the beard, but you already knew that. Like, but you don't
that was a
look
mess.
gaunt.
The beard was a mess.
But you already knew it was. You were just waiting.
So it's just a. I mean, yeah, it's not dipping in at the cheeks or anything. So
no. We know you don't look ill, but good. Yeah. Yeah. It's just radiating off your head.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'll start right there. I fought my ego. The ego's done. There, hat's going back on.
There we
go. There we go, guys.
You're a lot easier to talk to now. We don't need to pass you your cane yet, Grandad. I'm so mean. I'm so mean.
I might even dye this bugger. You never know. We'll go a wacky colour or something.
What colour do you think he should go? What colour do you think he should dye his beard?
Oh yeah, there you go, chat.
What colour should D dye his beard?
Yeah, no.
I think you should go red. I think you'd suit a red beard.
Possibly.
Well, what
my
favourite
colour's green, but would that probably just look like a bit of mould hanging off me?
Yeah. But if you had it red, right, hear me out. Okay, you could get some like Canuba wax or something and like proper wax up your beard, and then you'd have a lightsaber like hanging from your chin.
No. I could go like red on the outside lines and then yellow down the middle, and as it all mixes together, it could be like fire. My face is on fire. No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's a wise decision at all. No. I don't think that's wise.
Yeah.
Terrible life choices. But red would be cool. You could make it into a little lightsaber. You could put some LEDs in it. Or some glow in the dark red. There's UV activated hair dye. Get that.
Is there? Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
What are you doing? Send help, guys. I need an adult. Yeah. I'm not responsible enough. They're all very quiet today.
Yeah, no, it's
very
upsetting. Seems a bit that way. Yeah. I mean, maybe I should just stick the link out there and see if anyone wants to join us.
Yeah, drop it. So my mum had some poor dental work about last week, really bad dental work, and they've left her crown all jagged and it's cutting her tongue. So she's got some dental wax to put on the outside of her crown to prevent ouchies on her tongue. So I feel bad for her, especially if she had to pay so much money for it as well, because she works. Obviously she has to pay for dental care. She doesn't get that for free. I mean, I don't either. I don't.
Yeah, well, you've got to pay a little bit. It's subsidised basically by the NHS. So yeah.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. I mean, when it's like £80 just to sit in the chair, it's a bit much, isn't it? Like, Dan was shocked how much dental care was, because obviously in Ireland I don't think they have to pay for it. Yeah, but whereas here, obviously we do, which sucks. But yeah, if you want to come and chat with us, just click on the link. We don't really have much planned per se, other than I have hiccups.
No, again, this is another week where we actually because I'm not gaming and so we're just not talking during the week as much as we used to. It's weird. So maybe I should get back into bloody gaming or something. But
we'll just pick a couple of days a week where you game and
yeah.
Yeah, just pick a couple of days in the week where you choose to come and play, and I'll be online. So we're playing Destiny at the moment, mostly.
Oh yeah, and I've got a new controller and everything now as well, so I should be good to go.
Have you? Is it normal?
Yeah.
Is it fun or is it boring? Have you seen my controllers?
Just normal one.
Is that Peggy?
Fuck it. Madam Medusa got you fucking spot on, didn't she?
But this is a Halo 5 one. This is shiny. Look how pretty that one is. We like this one. You see how much I use it? It's all worn away. It's wearing down. But I go through like a controller every 6 months. Although that Halo 5 one I've had since I've had my Xbox One, so like 4 years, 3 years, a while. And that one's lasted me really well. Whereas the first pig controller I had lasted about a week. Hey, Mick, what's going on, man? What you up to?
Yo, Mick, how's it going, man?
Like I said a minute ago, hit the link if you want to join us. Feel free to come and chat.
Yeah, I'm just putting a link for 3D Prop Studio in the chat as well. He's nice little projects with his 3D printer and stuff that people might want to watch. He's very into RoboCop, so if you're a RoboCop fan, check him out. But yeah, he's just put a video out today as well. He's doing a Mandalorian helmet, which is a character from Star Wars. I've not actually had a chance to watch it yet, but putting that link out there. Anyone interested, go and have a look. I'll be sharing it around once I've given it a watch anyway.
Sounds fun. Sounds very fun.
Yes, it's Jez Juan Carlos. Juan. Just Juan.
How many people do that when you enter the chat? How many people sit there and go Juan?
I don't know. I know I do it on occasion. I've got to say, yeah. Jesus. you got there whenever you see Jesus now. It's Jesus.
So, a few weeks ago, we were talking about the lack of veg you eat. Have you tried any new ones yet?
Not yet. I'm building up a stockpile downstairs. So I've got black-eyed beans, chickpeas, lentils, and kidney beans, all in a big like dry pouch, like one each. Like, so I've got a big dry pouch of each. Like, I'll have to soak and stuff before I use them and all that kind of stuff. If I've got enough money this week, because obviously Christmas coming up, things are going to get a bit tight. I might start picking up my spices and, like dried spices, dried herbs, that kind of thing that I'll be adding to the foods. And then probably after Christmas now, I'll buy in rices, probably some more selections of lentils and stuff. And yeah, in the new year, I'll go for this healthy kick and see how it goes.
So we were buying tins of all that. I know, I've just read it. That's very kind of you, Miss Fire.
Cheers,
I still think he looks older than his mom, personally.
But I suppose I should take that one off as well, because I did have the hat off at the beginning for everyone to see my baldy. I was forgetting my ego and everything. So yeah, but unfortunately, it was starting to distract both me and Cakes. So
because you don't look like you. I know that is you, but it doesn't look like you. I always see you with a hat on. No, so we were buying tins of everything, and I was like, this is so fucking wasteful, because the amount of tins that's actually in a packet, we could just buy the packet and rehydrate them and soak them overnight to make them edible. So we're going to start doing that, but I think I'm going to buy some jars. And there's a zero waste shop in just on the outside of Birmingham, so I might buy some jars and actually fill up the jars with.
So you can take it in, fill up your jars, and oh, excellent!
Yeah, which I think is really cool. You can also buy. We bought some like a mesh bags from Sainsbury's. They're like 30p for each, and you just put your veggies in and go away with them. But you can also bring those. So we might start doing that. One sec. Oh, I thought you were showing me then. So the boyfriend's currently FaceTiming his friend who moved from Ireland to Canada, and he's currently telling them about the podcast. So I thought he was about to turn the camera to show my little setup. So now I'm waving at another camera with this camera set up. So yeah, but yeah.
Chase,
So
get into the routine.
So yeah, I want to start trying to visit the zero waste shops more because they just look so much better environmentally speaking. So no,
I didn't really know they existed, to be fair. But
well, you live in quite a small.
Oh, we're very backwards here. Yeah.
You send him.
I mean, Plymouth itself, even. I mean, it may be a city, but it's. We don't get anything here. It's terrible.
One second, let me just stand.
Leave us open for plenty of amazing scenery. So.
Hang on. Right. Because it's a pain. There's two zero waste shops by us. Actually, there's one in a place called Bromsgrove. I haven't visited that one yet. And believe it or not, there's quite a few vegan shops opening up as well.
Well, it does seem to be the fad at the moment. So
the fad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think like it's because it's that honestly, it's that Game Changers on Netflix. It's done something anyway, because I watched it the other day, and everything I'm hearing the vegans saying, I'm pretty much came from that documentary. Not all of it, but an awful lot of it.
I didn't think the Game Changers came out. Like Game Changers came out way after like veganism became a thing.
Yeah, no. In the past couple of years, it's certainly given it a good boost, I think.
Because I've always thought that it was Forks Over Knives and Cowspiracy, but I haven't seen either of those. There are two zero waste shops here in Birmingham. Custard Factory in Bourneville. Yeah, Custard Factory. Yeah, it's Digbeth. It's right next to each other. I live quite far away from Bourneville, so I won't be going to the Bourneville one.
I love a bit of Bourneville chocolate.
Oh, me and you love the same buttons, don't we? Dan doesn't like them, and I'm like, you're weird, man. They're beautiful. They're so yummy.
No, I've got some really nice dark chocolate at the moment. So
I still have a
salted caramel, 70% cocoa.
Oh, has that got milk in it? That's the that's from Lidl. That's from Lidl.
Yeah, that's from Lidl. Yeah.
I know it is. It's
it's got
JD
milk
Grass.
in.
Oh. Well, now I'm sad. No, I'm upset. But speaking of vegan chocolate, right? This has really pissed me off for two reasons. One, I really want to try it. Like, really, really want to try it. But two, it's ridiculous, right? So, Galaxy have launched 3 new vegan chocolate bars. One of them is salted caramel. No, I can only remember that one, so there's no point me trying.
If it's got salted caramel in it, I'll probably give it a go.
Well, that's me. Yeah, you know me. I love my salted caramel.
I love a bit of salted caramel. It's one of my go-tos.
But it weighs less than their normal £1.50 bar, which I swear they used to be 40p. I swear one of them big 200 grams bars used to be 40p when I was like 12. Which is a lot.
I mean, just for me, I remember the normal everyday bar of chocolate costing 15p. That's the cheapest I remember it. But I remember having half-penny sweets as well. So
yeah, no. Yeah. Well, I remember you being able to go to a pick and mix shop and coming out with more than a handful for the same price. Like, we'll come back to that in just a second. But the vegan Galaxy bars are 150 grams, so they're 50 grams lighter than the £1.50 bars, which are 200 grams, and they cost £3. Like, I just feel so fucking exploited. It's ridiculous.
Well, you are. Of course you are. Because they're going to take... Any big business is going to take advantage of a fad.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because we, for
Well,
me,
no, it's
I just
not,
want to do the
because this
best
is
I
a great
can.
stand for vegans. What you could do as like, if you all wanted to unite as vegans, is you could stand against the big corporation and say, no, we're not fucking paying it. None of you
Yeah,
vegans buy it until it's lowered to the same price as the fucking normal
yeah.
one.
That's
Simple
why
as
I said I
that.
don't really want to. I want to try them, but I don't want to buy them. So I'm just leaving
It's a
theft,
catch
aren't I?
22.
Really, that's the only thing I'm
Oh, that's
leaving.
what you can do. You can get Dano to go out and buy them, and then you just eat them, and
That's
you've
what I
cut
do with
out the
Maltesers, because then I'm still vegan
yeah.
because I'm not paying for it. That's really bad, isn't it? But yeah, no, I
Can you
just
make your own vegan Maltesers? Can like make your own vegan chocolate? Get your own malted
right. Listen here, you. If
air
I was gonna
balls
buy
and
malt, no, no. If I was gonna buy malt, I'd be brewing my own beer. Okay,
yeah.
let's just get that one thing clear. If I was gonna be buying malt, there would be beer making in the
Okay.
yeah. We wouldn't be making chocolate. I don't. You know me. I don't eat that much chocolate. My downfall is like savoury snacks. That's why I'm chubster. Is because I love me some savoury snacks, pretzels, crisps, chips. But I've been really good this week. I haven't had anything bad other than yesterday. Right, we went. So the boy wanted to go to Smith's Toys Superstore, Smith's Toys, and we needed to go shopping. So my mum took the boy to the toy shop, and we went shopping. And I, after we'd finished, I hadn't had breakfast because I haven't been sleeping. So by the time I woke up, we had to go out. So we finished shopping at about 2:30, 2:45. Still haven't eaten, and normally I've had a smoothie by then. And we get to like the food on the move bit, the sandwich section. Normally Sainsbury's have vegan sandwiches. There was none. So we went to the little cafe, and the only vegan option that I could see was chips. So I had to have chips, and that was the first time I've had chips in well over a week. So I was pissed off. But actually, while Chris is in the chat, if Chris could answer this question. So Dee knows, but you guys don't because I've only been doing it this week. Every day I've been tracking how much food I've been having. So I've been weighing out every single item of food just so I can see if I'm getting a varied intake of like all the different vitamins and minerals, etc., etc. On there, it says that I should be having. I should have screenshot this because I can't actually check. It said something like 60% carbs. No, 50% carbs, 30% 30% fat and 20% protein. Does that sound right to you? Because that seems like a lot of carbs to me. But I'm not a nutritional expert. And I get very conflicting views because you Google it, how many carbs should I be taking? How many carbs should I be consuming? And you get loads of fad diets come up, you get loads of carbs are bad, and then you get carbs are good, and then you get all this nonsense, and then I'm like, all right, well, how much fat should I be having? Fat's bad. Well, I know fat's good. Like, wow, ish. And protein as well. Obviously, there is an amount of protein that we should be eating, but I don't believe that we should be eating as much protein as people make out we should be eating. But what do I know? So, Chris, if you're still in the chat, let me know if you know roughly the percentages of each that I should be consuming. It was counting a lot of the veggies as carbs because obviously there's green carbs and there's brown carbs. And it didn't differentiate between the different types of carbs. So I was like, well, that's unhelpful. That's not accurate because I am eating pastas. But not a lot of less pasta than I was eating last week, and I've been doing between 1,500 and like 1,600 calories a day, and cut my oats out of my smoothie, which honestly is just making me hungry all the time. But I know that I need to drink more.
Well, Aren't oats like one of those nice slow release foods? So you're gonna feel hungry if you take something like that out your diet, surely.
They are, yeah, but they were also adding like 200 calories onto my breakfast and making it harder to, I don't know, because, so what I have in the morning is a banana smoothie, because I like banana flavor. I don't like the texture of bananas, so they have to be blended. I've already said this before. Hand me a banana in a bowl with a fork. Great. Hand me a banana on its own. No thanks. So yeah, I have a banana smoothie, and then at lunch we've been having salads. Hi, Dagan. And then at night we've been having home cooked food like lasagna, spaghetti bolognese. I made a curry last night, but it was garbage. It was horrible. I wasted 2.5 hours in the kitchen. I was so angry. I was so angry.
Do you not horrible. Taste as you go then, or?
It was great up until I added yogurt, because the recipe said add coconut yogurt. When I added the coconut yogurt, it was just really bad. Like it was building.com, and it will depend on activity level and your body composition. Yeah, see, at the moment, Chris, I can't do any activity because of the costochondritis, and because I've got plantar in my feet. Now, the plantar I know is because I put on weight because I haven't been doing anything. I think it was you and 2 others, and the 4 years were. Fair enough, Chris. That's fair enough. I tried to find you on Facebook to ask you, but I couldn't find you on Facebook. There's lots of Chris Hayes. But yeah, so I'm getting plantar in my feet because I'm not doing any exercise. I can't misfire because of how bad my chest is.
You're not asking for diet advice from Chris anyway. You're just asking the percentage.
Yeah, the ratios. Yeah, no, my. I don't think my diet that I've been. I don't want to say it's a diet because I want to change this into a lifestyle of fresh cooking and everything being fresh. I don't really want to eat frozen and tinned and garbage. I just want to be in balanced and healthy, vegan balance before you start going meat. Because we'll always have our differences there, and that's fine. Okay, cool. Well, find me on Facebook. It's just my name.
Yeah, I bet you need all bloody measurements, Chris.
Slander. And I have something called costochondritis, misfire, but it's quite severe. The doctors keep signing me off work, keep listening to my chest. Essentially, if you remember, I had the flu in between a podcast. So before I was fine, and then the next week I was recovering. And I was on Jamie's a little bit in the week, like with my dressing gown, like dying. So after that, the muscles in between all my ribs became inflamed, and they're pushing all the cartilage away from my ribs. So normally this heals quite quickly. Normally it takes a couple of weeks, but it's pretty fucking severe. So my options are essentially rest until it's fixed. If it keeps getting worse, which sadly it is, then I might have to have an operation to either fuse the cartilage to the ribs, to either have synthetic cartilage put in between, or the worst of all the options is to kill the nerves that are causing the pain in my chest. So when I stand up, my heart rate increases, my breathing increases, and that puts pressure on my chest. Right, Misfire, I absolutely love yoga. I absolutely fucking love yoga, but unfortunately it won't. I tried it because I was actually here saying the other day with Dee that yoga is great and I can't wait to start doing it again, and you were there in the chat. But yoga is not helpful at all. Unfortunately, all I can do is rest. So anyway, I need your measurement, Chris. It's an individual thing, D. I'm not going to generalize here. No, of course, Chris, of course. I understand. I think D has that. I don't think so. I think he has a girlfriend, and he knows that I have a boyfriend, and we've known each other for 5 years, so. again, misfire. I can't stand up for very long. Unfortunately, the only thing, as advised by the doctor and a lot of forums that I've read, is to rest as best as I possibly can, which sucks because I am very much an outside person, especially in the day. Like as soon as it gets chilly in the evening, I'm inside with a blanket, you know, but in the rest of the day, I'm walking around the town and stuff. So, yeah. But anyway, you can't fool this old dog. Yeah, Misfire. I am supposed to go back at the beginning of December, and hopefully I will. We're gonna have to see. I'll let you guys know. Floating ring in a swimming pool. Just get a lilo. If I went swimming, Chris, I'd just be on a lilo. I am the lilo. Oh, that's bad.
And again, in all seriousness, I would consider a breast reduction because that's got to be putting some weight on the ribs and the cartilage and everything as well. So
they do. But you know, me and Anna spoke about me having my boobs reduced because even when I like people on here have made jokes like they think that I'm bigger than I am because of my boobs, or they think that I've only got big boobs because I'm quite big. I'm not huge. Calm down. But I was size 8 with double D boobs, so I've always been chesty. Back broke. You were literally lying down. Yeah. So yeah. I have ever since I was about 15. I've wanted my boobs reduced. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see.
But yeah, no, swimming. He has got a good point there. I mean, swimming because you'll be supported by the water, so whatever you do, maybe. Yeah. But like I say, I mean, you literally run out to the other room before we came live and come back in, and you was a mess for so. I mean,
it's clutching my chest. Yeah. The other day was really bad. I was upstairs, hot water bottle, just like. If I laugh too much, so after every Sunday night, I'm done in. I have to go to bed, pretty much straight away, and chill. I am 5'4.5", and as our male audience will understand, that extra half an inch counts.
I'm just putting the link to the panel in the chat again. So if you want to join us,
do it. Yeah, I was like tiny. I was a little dot of a person. I was absolutely tiny. And then when I stopped smoking weed, I started putting on weight, and that was when I was like almost 19. And that's
one of the benefits of cannabis, though. It helps to burn off fat. So yeah.
So although my auntie came in yesterday and she was like, "Have you lost weight?" And I was like, "Saw me 3 weeks ago, thank you. I don't think I have, but I don't weigh myself because the scale scare me." Well, the opposite of munchies, isn't it? It's like stop smoking weed. It's not munchies, is it?
You just get cravings, I suppose. Now it's not really called munchies now, is it? Not that Cakes is pregnant or anything. That wasn't no. Yeah, no.
God, no. No.
God, no.
I don't want any more children. One is enough. And yeah, I know you don't like that. You're all like, no, you need to repopulate the earth. You're doing the earth a disservice, and not repopulate the earth. You know what I mean? We don't know something you guys don't know. But no, you think that I should be doing my duty by bringing more.
Well, not necessarily you personally having to do your duty. I just think it's something that we should all think about if we truly want our society that we live in at the moment to carry on, whether we like the system or not. Yeah, you've got to keep the birth rates up, otherwise it becomes unsustainable and you civilization will collapse. So
usually stop smoking and get the munchies.
And surely Dano wants to be a dad at some point.
So
Yeah.
that's that. If that comes to it, then that comes to it. But I'm not. So go and sire somewhere else. It's his choice. Thanks for that. Most people that stop smoking weed usually stop smoking and get the munchies because they have nothing to do with their hands. So I'm always vaping this. Yeah. Yeah. Literally. That's what I do with my hands. But I think I ate just as much. And the other thing was, I think when I was younger, I did a lot more. I was running like with
I think we all did a lot more when we were younger. Like, I mean, yeah, I was never in the house when I was young. I mean,
yeah, but
unless it was a rainy day, and then I'd be stuck behind a computer screen all day because I had a Spectrum. But I mean,
like, what 27-year-old is dared to climb up a tree? Like, 27-year-old mother is dared to climb up a tree, whereas many 16-year-old girls would be dared to climb up a tree. That's not quitting, though, is it?
I climbed up a tree a couple of years ago at a meet, so that was this after I'd fractured my spine as well. I still climbed up a fucking tree. So
I probably would climb up a tree if somebody dared me to climb up a tree, as long as I could wear gloves because the tree might be dirty. That's your opinion, Chris. I think people who smoke smell bad, so you know. We've all got our vices here. Don't judge me.
Feel free to judge. Fucking hell, yeah. Just don't expect us to do anything about your judgments. That's all.
Oh yeah, they are 100% there to replace cigarettes. I didn't say I quit smoking. I said I quit smoking weed. There's a difference between smoking weed and smoking cigarettes.
And now you're back on the CBD anyway, so you haven't really quit smoking the weed anyway.
Well, yeah, I am vaping CBD at the moment. Well, I haven't got any CBD in here at the moment, actually, because it doesn't taste very good in this tank. It tastes better in the tank that I lent to Dan, but he's adopted it and hasn't bought me a new one, so I can't really vape the CBD because it tastes horrible in here. Yeah, pretty much. Then that's enough to tell me what I need to know.
Yeah, no, I agree with Chris there.
Yeah, but what I was trying to mention the other week when Jimmy came on Jed's was because we were, or was it then somebody? No, the bold liking girl came on. And what I was about to say was, look at how many research things that tobacco companies have funded. Like, you look at all of the negative research findings and find out who's funded them. They've been funded by tobacco companies. So who's to say that they're not forced? Do you think it's that?
Oh, well, sorry. Being pushed because cigarettes don't fit in with the new CO2 agenda. Yeah, could be. I don't know what. No, yeah. No, I mean, it wouldn't be. I mean, I've never heard a figure for how much cigarette smokers might add to the CO2 emissions and shit. To be fair, but
I know that see that's very. The problem I find with government issued readings is that you get so many contradicting ones that the press get hold of this and then the press twist it in a different way, and America's banning them. Why is America banning them and we're not, when America usually don't ban things that are bad for you? When does America ban things that are bad for you?
I don't live in America, so I don't
No,
really
but you know that their FDA regulations are much lower than our food regulations, and
see, I did
everything else.
meme time every drug that's ever been, or anything that's ever been deemed safe by the FDA, yeah, or that's ever been deemed unsafe by the FDA, has been at first deemed safe by the FDA. So
I don't know. The thing is that I can take it on how I feel. You know, I can take it on what I believe and how I feel with vaping. Like we've spoke many times. I feel better since not smoking. However, it is very difficult for me to say that because for the first 8 years that I smoked, I was under the age of 18. I smoked from the age of 10 until like I fell pregnant with my son, and then I started smoking again for about 6 to 8 months, and then I moved on to vaping. So it's very difficult to compare child lungs to adult lungs. So, but I know that I feel better since vaping. I smell better.
Yo, Jed. Sorry, how's it going, man?
But yeah, let me just catch up. That fish they smoked for. Hey, Jed. Fish food drenched with a fish sedative used for transporting chat. It's transported fish. What? I'm not too
I've
sure.
not heard of that one. To be fair, that's a new one on me.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what you're on about, Juan. Do elaborate, mate. And I know the ingredients inside the vapes, so that those things are in shower products. Those things are in food. So if they weren't safe for me to ingest, I don't see a difference. You know, I just, you know, I don't see a difference between using it on my skin and using it, eating it, or vaping it. So
would you eat your moisturizer or your lipstick? I mean,
depends on where it's from. Depends on how hungry
right, I know
was.
some of these things could be edible, but I mean, on the
Most
whole, I mean,
but the thing is that you absorb 80% of what you put on your skin. I know that from the trade that I'm in. 80% of what you put on yourself gets absorbed. So just
right, okay.
Yeah. Well, now you're just being ridiculous.
Not getting absorbed. There's still 100% of that lighter there, cakes. Oh, annoy a stinker.
But yeah, so and a lot of this, like, if you use it in the shower, it's gonna go into steam. It's gonna be one of the steam in the shower, and you're going to inhale that. You know. So I don't see the problem. But we'll find out. We'll find out who was right and who was wrong. You know.
Yeah, time will tell.
Yeah,
like it did with the smokers.
I've never heard of a legal high called fish, mate.
This is definitely a new one on me, and yeah, and that's
a fish sedative. Hang on. Oh, I've lost it now. Oh, used for transporting fish. Oh, no way. Well, you don't live in Cheshire.
New
or
ketamine.
That's crazy. Ketamine for fish. I've not heard that.
You get the fish mom.
Have you heard that?
Oh. I sent you a picture, Eric.
Yeah, I've just seen it. It looks exactly like Eric.
That's what he said to him.
That's just a very localized thing by the sound of it. I take it. What is it? A big fishing industry in Chester? Is it? I wouldn't.
The what in Chester?
Big fishing industry. Doesn't stand out as.
I was honestly picturing goldfish, to be honest, not like big fish.
Oh,
it's just
yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Little goldfish in aquariums. But yeah, I've never heard of that.
If you're in a fishing industry, you wouldn't need to transport them because you're catching them there anyway, though.
But again, it's fish food, not freaking fish. All right, calm down. But again, that's interesting. I'm definitely gonna Google that. I've lost my notepad. I'm not gonna Google it.
Yeah. If you remember later, you will Google it.
Well, people will take anything: plant food, fish food.
Oh, so it's just the
crazy
stuff you
stuff.
feed to goldfish then? Oh, sorry, you made it sound like it was something special that's used to sedate them in that
Well,
earlier.
yeah. Fish food drenched with a fish sedative used for transporting fish. So they're just smoking fish. Okay, all right, I'm following you. I'm sorry, but it's green in color and dosed in a sedative. Yeah, I don't fancy that.
No.
Honestly, I can't. I don't particularly want to ingest that. But to be fair, people are ingesting Tide Pods and fucking stupid things like that and drinking bleach. So the populace is downgrading.
Oh, actually, saying that, yeah, I mean, we had Tom Corner on last week, and he was talking about turpentine, and he mentioned that he gave it to his kid, and I just want to say that I certainly don't endorse giving any of these things you hear about on the internet to your kids.
Why did he give terps to his kid?
It's part of one of these health things he's on.
That doesn't sound safe. I didn't. Was I there?
Which is why I've just said I don't endorse it.
Was that not on Jamie? Because I don't.
Oh, was it on
remember
Jamie's? Was it? All right. I thought it was when he was on ours. To be fair, but
I
no,
don't.
all right.
I don't remember that because you know me. I'd have kicked it for first and been like, "What the fuck do you mean?"
Right. Oh, fair enough then. Look, sorry, things get messed up in my head, but I thought I'd say that just in case it was said on our show. But yeah.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't endorse that at all. You got the picture, yeah.
No.
Oh, look at you. Drink slave. Yeah, I don't understand a lot of people, to be perfectly honest. Oh, and you mentioned Christmas earlier, and I wanted to ask this a few weeks ago. When is it an appropriate time to start talking about Christmas? That's my first question. Shut up. Not you, him.
See, for me, 1st of December.
Right. Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, 1st of December, fucking have at it with Christmas. Before then, fuck off.
No.
I mean, there are people literally with their decorations up and lights on the houses and everything.
That's what I want. They won't let me. I wanted to.
No, they shouldn't.
So I want to put my decorations up every year on the 10th of November, the day after my birthday. So my birthday is gone, so now it's Christmas time. We've had Halloween, blah blah blah. When do you guys put your tree up? Am I weird? No, I already know I'm weird. I like Christmas. It's festive, it's warm, it's jolly. I like the feeling I get. I love. No, the warm feeling, you idiot. So Dan's just gone, it's cold. But it's not. It's that warm feeling that you get. You know, when everything's all like, cuddly and cute and like when you're walking outside and all the lights are on and your town suddenly looks a lot less evil than it was before and it's all really pretty and you can say hello to people in the street because so when Dan moved over to England, he was so surprised that people weren't thanks babe.
Happy. No one's happy.
No, I think it's just Birmingham. I don't think it's England. Like, people don't smile at you and you don't look at each other in Birmingham. You do not look at somebody else. You just walk past them and pretend that you're the only person in the town.
See, in the village, you just say hello when you walk past someone. Hello, even if you don't know them. Just say hello. But if I'm in town, no, it's just fucking I'm getting to where I need to go, fuck everyone else because they're all twats. I'm not actually a big fan of Christmas myself, but I think that December is the appropriate month to celebrate Christmas if you're going to make it a big thing. That's all, right? I mean, I hate Christmas music most of the time. I will listen to Christmas music on Christmas Day.
Yeah, you know what I'm like. you're,
So
you're still having to listen to Christmas music middle of January if you're friends with me and I'm on Xbox with me. Almost fire. 7th to the 12th of December. You don't love Christmas, Jen. Fucking Scrooge. 7th to the 12th of December.
That's too early.
Go and sit in the bin. Not you, Jen. Dan. Like, honestly, if I had my way, 10th of November, the tree would go up and it would
You
come
just leave
down.
it up all year round. Don't lie to me.
Yeah, I would. I would leave it up all year round. No, I love Christmas. So in Birmingham, like,
well, you'd have half your room Christmas, half Halloween.
yeah, yeah. No, because my bed's Harry Potter, so that's a bit spooky, isn't it? But around Christmas, once the market's up, people look at each other and people seem happier. And I really like that. I like, even though everybody's stressing around and you've got this kind of camaraderie spirit, like everybody's rushing, everybody knows that everybody's rushing, and it's great. Although working in retail, you do get dickheads that just like my first Christmas working at work, within like a few days I got shouted at and told to fuck off, and I was like, well, that's nice. I'm just doing my job. Thank you very much. I'm not now dying inside. So I suppose retail sucks, but yeah, no, I do. I love it. I love all the Christmas lights. I love cinnamon. I'm such a white girl. I love cinnamon as well.
See, don't get me wrong, I like the lights and stuff. Yeah, no, I think that does add a pleasant look to things and stuff. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I like the look, but why can't we do that to our houses all year round? Like, make them look nice rather than just the same old shit.
Yeah. To be fair, I up until Dan moved in, I did have fairy lights all around my bed, like a typical white girl, but they were pumpkin fairy lights.
Typical fucking goth white girl.
And Freddie had ghosts all around his bed. But they're cute. They're really sweet. But they make a lot of noise, so I had to, because they're solid plastic, and when, you know, it was just banging, so I had to remove them because they were annoying me. So if anybody knows of any like really light fiber optic lights that would work really nicely around a bed, please let me know, because I'd absolutely love to have,
folks. Shag-proof lights.
yes, please, because I would like to have fairy lights around the bed again, because they're super cute. They are cute. Fairy lights are adorable. They give off that like really nice orange hue where it's not too bright, but you can still see. But it's cute. They're like candles, but without the fire hazard, or with less of a fire hazard.
And yeah, and the eventual build up on the lungs of the fumes and shit. Because candles are really bad for you. They're really fucking bad for you. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't imagine electric lights are much better for you, but yeah, candles are really bad for you. So you
know that my phone is rested. I'm sure I showed you the candle that my phone rests inside. Yeah. So it's inside one of the massive Yankee candles, and it's just resting inside that because it was the only, and then sat inside the Destiny 2 collector's box because it was the best way to get the right height that I needed, and I don't want to buy a tripod. So
P-Mars, how's it going, bud?
Lights should be left up until spring, the outside ones, I mean. I would really like to have a garden where I could have lights all around the like little shrubbery.
So the cat chat's just caught up and yeah. I just know, yeah, just fuck against the wall.
Oh shit, I haven't got sorry, Miss Fire, I didn't see your first message because I only had top chat. I didn't have live chat on. So yeah, we could just do that. Yeah, the floor. But no, I'd like to have like a garden where I could put, where there's shrubbery that I could put lights around, and I'd keep the lights on all year round because I think they look really pretty for like garden parties, showing my area.
Garden parties, fucking hell.
Garden parties, darling, garden parties. And we'd do it a posh voice with my cafetiere. But yeah, I love fairy lights. But again, white girl problems, right?
As Jamie would say, first world problem.
No, I think they're just white girl problems. Solar lights that light up at night. My mum has a garden. Yeah, we have loads of solar lights. I bought my mum a frog that's holding like a ball, and the ball lights up, which is super cute. My mum's mad into frogs. I'm not sure why. Because she does, I guess. But yeah. So I bought her that. It's super cute. From Dunelm. Love me a good Dunelm.
Yeah, I'll put the link out there again, folks. So feel free to give it a click and come on and have a yap for a minute. Because to be fair, if we don't get someone on, it might be worth wrapping up soon.
Yeah, I don't see why not. But speaking of Christmas, well, speaking of festivities and stuff like that, what's your thoughts on fireworks?
See, I love them basically because I mean, I just remember as a kid, like, because you used to be able to go down, you used to be able to buy bangers and zigzags and like all the dangerous shit you're not allowed nowadays. Like, I mean, literally, you used to buy fireworks, you lit, chucked them on the ground, and it bounced fucking anywhere. It could have gone fucking anywhere. You had to run away from it, like, and stuff. And I mean, so for me, I love fireworks. Absolutely love them. Think like kids should be allowed to blow their fingers off as much as they want.
I don't know if you're being serious or not.
No, seriously, I almost blew my fingers off. Man, we used to have competitions with the fucking bangers that are illegal now because I suppose idiots like me used to do that. We used to like put a hand around a banger, like you get as many in around that banger as you could, and the last person holding it was the best. And quite often you got burnt fingers.
Yeah, I don't want my son to grow up like you.
Yeah.
I don't want that for him.
I've still got all my digits.
That was my point, Dagan. Was do you think that we have somewhat lost the tradition of why we light fireworks and have bonfires, and you've frozen? Oh no, you haven't.
Sorry, yeah, no, I was just looking at the chat because it comes up quicker on my phone than it does on there. That's all.
Sorry.
So
I'll leave you to that, and I'll carry on talking. But we've still got them going on here. I still hear the odd few, and I'm like, come on, they've been gone. Like bonfire night was ages ago. So I don't like backyard fireworks displays because of that. They go on all the time. I live in a very, like, my street is predominantly elderly. There's a lot of people on my street who would have been small children during the war, and there's a lot of animals on my street. Like, my cats are fucking terrified, and my dog, who lives with my dad, is 10 times worse. They have to have the TV super loud. Not a problem for my dad because he's deaf. But they have to have the TV super loud and just be comforting my dog throughout the majority of winter, because give it a couple of weeks and we're going to be having Christmas fireworks going off for Christmas parties, and then we're going to have
New Year's Eve, and yeah,
and then you've got the Chinese New Year. You know, it's this constant, forever going fireworks all the time, especially in the built up area that I am in. I'm sure Misfire. Yeah, there you go. See, me and Miss Fire live very close to one another. So we always, every single year, the Scouts Hut put on a professional display where I think Dagan is explaining kind of what he used to do that, which is awesome. But we go to a professional display every single year where we pay, and it helps the Scouts out so that they can go on their trips. And it's always on bonfire night. It's always on the 5th. So everybody in the area knows that it's going to be there. Lock your cats up, put your earplugs in if you don't want to hear it. I just don't like these back garden ones. And I feel like you're wanting to say something.
No, it is. I do kind of agree with you with the backdoor ones and stuff, because I mean, I've done a few for my kids throughout the years, and every single time, a slight little bit of wind, you set it up, you set it to go like point away from any kind of houses or anything. Like You let it off, little gust of wind, and straight off exactly the way you didn't want it to go because a gust of wind's just caught it and stuff. So they're dangerous, yes. And if you want to see quality fireworks, the only place to see quality fireworks is to go to one of these paid displays anyway, or go somewhere and watch it where you don't have to pay. But I mean, yeah, you're not going to buy quality fireworks from the shop. It's just not going to happen because they're really fucking expensive if you want them to look real fucking good.
Yeah. But would you do them on the 5th? Would you do them on bonfire night, or would you be doing them
5th
like
should be the only, well, either on the 5th or the weekend either side of the 5th, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's unnecessary to have them all the time. But see that, like I said, we've got a big posh hotel just down in the bottom of the valley here, yeah. And almost every Saturday night they have a fireworks display that goes on for about 10 minutes, and it's really quite nice that they obviously spend some decent money on it. But there's no pets all the way down there, if you know what I mean. It's farm animals and that kind of stuff.
I didn't anticipate that every Saturday night that's going to happen. But somebody just said in the chat, he said we set off all year until 11 at night. We hear them at 3 o'clock in the morning still. We heard them at, what time was it in the afternoon the other day, babe?
Like 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah, 1 or 2 in the afternoon that there were fireworks going off.
See this, but that's the point. We do have laws, so if people really want to stop it, we've all got phones nowadays. Yeah, all you do, you film the people doing it, and you use those people called the police if you want to, and go and report them. Yeah, I mean, personally, I wouldn't bother. Right, I mean, it's just, oh no, I've been woken up at 2 in the morning by a firework. I'm gonna go back to fucking sleep. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, it's only if you're going to get all wound up about it that's going to disturb your night, step you getting back to sleep, all that crap. So the biggest reason I would ban fireworks is for the pets, because most of the dogs I've had in the past, cats and stuff, they're terrified, literally terrified of them. And if we all want pets, we have to make the sacrifice of giving up fireworks, or at least having fireworks in designated areas that are so far away from residential play. You know the drill. I mean, common sense stuff, right? Because you having a firework display in your back garden is literally, that breaks common law, because you are disturbing the peace of your neighbour. Yeah, and there's all these people that are, we should live by common law. I'm having my fireworks whenever I want them. I'll put my music up as loud as I want. No, that's not how common law works. Oh, we have Mick in there. Sorry.
But then, see, I wouldn't have an issue if you would if it just on Mick, if it was just on bonfire night and the weekend before and after, or say if it was somebody's birthday and they wanted to have fireworks, great. Just put a note through your neighbour's door. Like, did that used to happen back in the day? If you were going to have a party, would you let your local area know that you were going to have a party? Because that doesn't happen here anymore. You know,
well, even now, if your neighbour lights up a barbecue, they come and knock on your door and say you might want to close your windows. We're going to light a barbecue up.
That was what I was about to say. Was that I used to go around to my neighbours' houses whenever I'd have a fire in the back garden, because I used to have fires quite often, and let them know, bring your washing in, I'm having a fire. I've stopped doing that now, to be perfectly honest, because nobody else lets me know when they're having a fire. And I mean, I don't dry my washing outside because I don't like that feeling. I like the tumble dryer because fancy bitch. But I like to close my fucking windows so my curtains don't smell of fire, but they don't let you know anymore. And we've lost that community
spirit. Yeah, it's just gone. It's gone along with the family unit. It's gone. Yeah. Well, in most places, again, because there are still, like I say, I live in a little village, so it's holding on for a little bit longer here. Like, but even then, there are new people that move in that don't do that kind of stuff. But we're lucky, really. I mean, because to be fair, it's basically, it's my ex-family. Like, my ex-in-laws that live like 2 doors away from me, and my ex-sister-in-law that lives right next door to my mum. So, but we all still get on, like, if you know what I mean. There's no like ill feelings and stuff. So it's all, like I say. And on that side, we've got, again, quite an elderly lady, and then the next house after that is a younger lady my mum looks after her kids and stuff every so often and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it is quite community here still. It really is, but it's still not the same. It's still not quite as an involved community as it certainly has been in the past. So, I mean, it used to be you could walk down this street and literally a few cars they'd leave their keys literally in the ignition overnight.
That's crazy. But yeah, how do you feel about the silent fireworks?
Yeah. I mean, fireworks are there to be looked at. The loud ones, I mean, usually the loud ones are just a sparking. It's just a noise. That's the pointless part of fireworks to me. And Mick, you're the guest. I see you unmuted there. You've got something to say. Go, bud.
I was just going to say, who likes the fireworks the best? Is it the adults or the kids? Because I remember taking, because I used to remember taking my kids to the firework display. In all reality, they hated it when the freezing cold. Fucking, they didn't like the noise. It's like, yeah, they like the little display in the sky, but they would rather not be there. And we used to drive them complete.
Oh, see, my son's the opposite. For two weeks, babe, would you say every day for 2 weeks, Freddie was like, oh, is it bonfire day? Have we missed it? When are you taking me to the fireworks? When, like, literally every single day, he's like, fireworks. And I'm like, son, I am not going to let you miss the fireworks. And then on the day of the bonfire night, I fucking forgot. I forgot that it was the 5th of November. So I had to rush to get him from school. I was like, right, quickly, get ready. You're going to have a peanut butter sandwich because we have not got time. I have forgotten. We're going to text Dan. Dan is going to meet us here. Put your wellies on and we're going. And I was a cripple. I should have taken my hot water bottle because I was like having to lean on Dan like, can't breathe. And Freddie's like, where's the fireworks?
You should just let Dano take him, to be fair. I mean, you really have. I mean, if you want to get better, you're going to have to let yourself rest. But sorry, go on.
But I wanted to see them as well. Juan just said silent fireworks are garbage. You can use them indoors, and even when your hand slightly through them, it doesn't burn. What? Okay, I haven't seen them. So I can't. I was just wondering what you guys thought, but cool, interesting. So what you been up to, Mick? What you been doing?
Yeah, not much. Just what I normally do for work.
Yeah, I can't hear him. What did he say? Translate for me.
I just been doing normal stuff where I earn money like on eBay.
Oh, okay.
I just put her away me on lender.
Yeah, no, you really are quite low to Mick there. I don't know. I could hear you right the first time you spoke, but this time I'm having trouble.
And I'm deaf, so apologies.
Probably the accent as well. It's, I just put her away at my own pace. It's like sometimes I'll do my stuff at 12 o'clock at night and I'll finish at 3, just when I feel like it. There's no times. So,
you're kind of lucky there, aren't you? You can because what you do allows you to work at your own pace. So
yeah, I just kind of things ready for a listing I usually put stuff on a Thursday, so for 10 days, so it finishes on a Sunday. Best day to finish when everybody's not working. You know what I mean? So I just have to get stuff ready for that Sunday, so there's no big rush and just keep feeding it. It's amazing how little you really have to do to survive.
What were you gonna say about Christmas?
What is it you like about Christmas?
All of it. I like Christmas films. I love cheesy Christmas films. I like warm jumpers and woolly clothes, and not made out of wool, but like fluffy clothes. Being able to drink hot chocolate and without an excuse, or with the excuse of it's Christmas, I can have hot chocolate. And all of it. And I'm quite materialistic, so I like me some presents. Not gonna lie, but I also like giving presents.
So could you wear a jumper? when it's not Christmas, and drink chocolate when it's not Christmas.
Yeah, but I like Christmas jumpers.
What do you mean? Jumpers about Christmas and films about Christmas.
Kate just likes excuses to do the things she likes to do.
Right. Listen here, you. No, I like. Yeah, I like all of it. I like all the Christmassy stuff, and I like seeing the excitement in my son, and feeling how excited my son is reminds me of how excited I used to be. And then, like, as a mom, I kind of just strive to make it as special as I can, and because it only gets worse as you get older. You know, the world just turns to shit. So I want my son to believe, for now, while he's still like almost 7, that he lives in this like magical world where everything's great. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it is, because I mean, my youngest, like, she's 17 now, and Christmas is just another day really for her. It's like, you say to her, well, "What do you want for Christmas this year?" And it's, "I just want some money." That's not a fucking present.
No, I hate getting money for Christmas. I hate it. And like, Dan just wants to buy me gift cards, and I'm like, no, go find what I want. Go find
have a think about something. And it's not like I want her to give me a Pacific. I just want a generalization of the kind of things you might like. No. So this year, everyone's getting silver coins. Everyone. I was going to buy like 400 quid's worth of silver coins and dole them out.
You what, Mick?
Then your kids are saying, "Just give us the money." What they're actually saying is, "You sick of getting presents. You get us nothing I like."
See, I've never asked for just money unless I've been saving. The only time that I asked for money was when I was saving for my for my Xbox One. That was because I had the money in the bank for my Xbox One, but I didn't want to just go out and make that kind of purchase. This was before I was into my impulse buys, and I was absolutely terrible with money. But I saved the money for the Xbox One over a year, and that was a Christmas, birthday, and then my next Christmas, and then in the January sale, in the Boxing Day sale, the couple of days after, I went and got my Xbox One, and I carried it home like a little baby, and I was like, it was like, this is, and then like 2 years later, when I started my job, I just impulse bought a PS4 because I could, and that's how drastic I have changed since getting a job. That I just impulse buy kind of whatever I want now, which isn't good because it makes things harder for people to buy Christmas presents.
Well, I don't do Christmas anymore, and now I stand back from it and I see how I used to go on. Like, it's not normal how I used to go on. It's like you'd have your kids and you'd be getting them presents compared to the other kids around them. You don't want yours to feel like as if they're not as worth as much as them, and it gets into this thing. It's like my wife was buying things in numbers. Oh, we'll just get this few big items, and then we get all this crap, like, to make it up. And I'm thinking, like, why are you just getting crap? It's just not about the amount. It's just supposed to be a symbol. The whole message is gone. It's all about greed now. It's like, what can I get? And do you really want to set that as an example in kids, even if it's once a year?
Yeah.
Well, no, it really is quite a bad example. So yeah, no, I do remember as a child, like, I mean, literally, our presents would just fit under a tree. And nowadays, like when my kids were growing up, it would fit under the tree, off the side of the tree, big presents here, fucking all these little presents. And they'd have a stocking upstairs at the end of their bed that had a few little stocking full of presents in, and all the bits you got with bits of fruit and nuts. And so, I mean, yeah, it definitely went nuts. And it was, like you say, would you just be buying tap to fill up the space?
The thing that bothers me about parents and Christmas is that you get the parents who say that Santa bought everything. So now I work for my money and I earn my money, so I don't want my son to think that all of his presents came from Santa, because that's not okay. I want to teach my son.
Bitch.
No.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Quiet you. I want my son to see where all of my hard work goes and understand the value of money, and not that some red fat man brings you loads of presents based on how good or bad you have been. So I I hate the parents who buy PS4s and say that they're from Santa. I think Santa should give a gesture present. I don't think Santa should give the biggest present, because those kids
No,
can't.
of course Santa gives the biggest fucking present. That's the whole fucking point. You sit on Santa's knee. What do you want for Christmas? He doesn't tell you all the shitty little fucking presents you fucking bought. He tells you the big fucking thing he wants. Like,
Yeah, but then there's the poor people.
You work all the time. You flog your nuts off, and you give the credit to an imaginary person. Say, why aren't you taking the credit for that?
because it's Christmas. Santa Claus.
Yeah, but Santa Claus is not real. It's like we're making them believe this crap. You're taking the credit away from yourself.
It doesn't matter, because your kids will find out later when they realise Santa Claus isn't real anyway. Oh, thanks, Mum and Dad. It's been you all along. I love you so much more now.
The reason I think Santa should give the smaller presents is because of those families who can't afford as much. So then the kids go back to school and I got a PS4 from Santa. Oh, I got a can of Coke. Like, that kid's then going to feel like Santa loves him less or her less because they got a smaller, less valued present. Like, I think there should be a written rule or an unwritten rule between all
you are
parents.
such a fucking social justice warrior. You are.
That all of the, like, no, you just don't want people. I don't want people to feel like shit. You know.
Oh, didn't. Oh no! Don't encourage them to work hard later on in life themselves to get all the things they want. No, just hand them everything. or make it look like everyone's getting the same. God, just such a new world order and gender person, and you don't even know it.
Why can't people say about giving something of yours away, and then give something of theirs away, and nobody gives to the shop?
Sorry, God, nobody gives themselves, I heard, but I've been here before then.
Why don't people just give an item that they've already got to somebody else for Christmas? Not like something new where it's like it's thought like, oh, you're not even trying. It's like give something that you really like to somebody else. That would learn you to not be attached to things in life, wouldn't it? And it's it's about your attention to your kids. It's about what attention you pay them. If you paid them all attention on Christmas Day, like you had your big jumpers on and you were cuddled in and you drank your cocoa that doesn't cost you anything and you watched your film, that's what it's about. It's not about the fucking items, and it's all concentrated on these items and making the shops money because they're telling you they're brainwashing you as well as the kids.
I agree with what you're saying. So in my household, and a lot of people think we're really mean, but my mum has always done it as, right, morning you can open one present and that's it. You get one present and it's usually a Santa present. And then we all help with lunch and we kind of chill, watch some films and start cooking. Then once we've eaten, then we can have presents. So it's always kind of been family first and everything like that, then presents. D's shaking his head. Why are you being a dick, D?
Just because you guys miss on the whole fucking point of Christmas. Presents!
No. And I'm the materialistic one.
No, I mean, like, if you're going to celebrate Christmas, you may as well celebrate fucking Christmas. Yeah? Literally. I mean, my fucking ex-wife would be waking the kids up Christmas morning. Come on, let's go and open your presents. Like, wouldn't that, like, I mean, it was, don't get me wrong, like, kids make Christmas. They really do. But you need to get down, you need to open your presents, listen to some Christmas music.
But we just do it. But it's not boring. In my household, it's not, because it's family focused, and that's, I'm very, very family orientated with my son. Still looks older than his mum though, Jed. You know that I'm family focused with my son, and for us it just works better to just chill in the morning and cuddle and watch TV and all stuff like that. And
do that any morning.
Not the Christmas films. There's just something special about Christmas Day where you're doing all that. And then after lunch, you open all your presents and then you play with all the presents.
After lunch? After fucking lunch? Are you fucking insane, woman?
No, after lunch.
Oh my fucking God. Poor child.
That's how my mum always did it with me. That's how mum always, like, after lunch, then you can have your presents. Eat first, present second.
That's another problem I have with Christmas. The overindulgence and the gluttony on one day. I don't understand it. You come away from Christmas feeling worse than you went into it when you got all that food.
I know, you do. That's why you open the presents, to burn off all the fat.
Well, you get an exercise bike and then hang your clothes on it.
Nobody in the comments
Christmas
agree
go
with me.
wrong.
No one in the comments agrees with me. I don't think after lunch is mean. Like, but I think the other thing is that because it takes me so long to cook lunch, I don't want to be away from. I don't want to be away from all the opening the presents and the fun. Like, I'm stuck in the kitchen, and I don't get to play with the toys with my son, and I want to play with the toys with my son. And I can't hire a cook. I'm not that rich. Jed just put, we'd get to open one on Christmas Eve. So yeah, we do Christmas Eve boxes. So for my son, in his Christmas Eve box will be pajamas for the night, maybe a bath bomb for the night, a book and a film. And I think this year I'm gonna make him a little hot chocolate thing because I like me some hot chocolate. And that's what he'll open on Christmas Eve. And I'll have pajamas, and Dan will have pajamas, and my mum will get pajamas. So I have to buy 3 sets of pajamas. And then one of them two will buy me pajamas. Or I'll buy my own pajamas. Probably me. Probably me. There we go. I have to pick them out and he will get them.
Dano, you're fucking useless.
Right, do you know what? I have described to him 3 times in front of him the pajamas that I want, and they are button downs because I think they're really cute. I want button down pajamas, like plaid button down pajamas. That's what I want.
I don't know what plaid is.
Talk to Scottish. Go and invite Spartan and ask him.
Ask your ex-boyfriend. Get your boyfriend to ask your ex-boyfriend for advice. That's
no,
awesome.
but we're friends. We're friends. We're all friends. It's fine. I'm gonna have a fast before Christmas. I know I will overindulge, so my body will need it. Yeah, but not that colour. That's disgusting. Until she mentioned Christmas pajamas. Oh, I have so many Christmas pajamas that just get worn all year round. I am horrendous for Christmas things. Yeah. And I'm making Dan wear his Christmas jumper in like a few days' time because he goes away for 4 days. Stop. This was your idea, D. And everybody's been laughing at me since, and it was your idea. Okay. Would you like to share with the group?
I mentioned Christmas early on for some reason. You brought it back up again and took us down this road.
No, I was on about the jumper thing with Dan wearing a jumper. But no, I'm not Christian, and we don't celebrate a Christian. It's not a religious tradition that we celebrate, even though we still call it Christmas. Oh
yeah, full-on capitalist Christmas, as far as I'm concerned. If you're gonna do it, yeah.
It's a Hallmark holiday. It's not. Freddie's school keep trying to teach him about Jesus, and he comes home, and I'm like, Jesus was never real. And then he's like, do we have a God? We have no God. Because I don't believe because I haven't seen.
Well,
show
you
me
just tell
and
him,
I will believe.
Maybe, I don't know. You can figure that out for yourself maybe someday.
No, I have done. I have said to him that I don't believe in Jesus. I don't believe in God. I don't want.
Santa's real.
Only for a couple of years. He said, but Santa's real.
Oh yeah. See, yeah. You're fine lying about Santa, but God no. The one
No,
that
but
created everyone. No, not a chance.
right, you know that I don't
There is
force
this guy that
anything on
brings you
my son.
presents every year, though. Oh, and there's
You
this
know.
other lady that comes and takes your teeth away when they fall out. And there's a bunny that lays eggs that are chocolate.
No, he doesn't believe. I don't think he believes in the Easter Bunny. I don't think we do the Easter Bunny in this house. Like I've never been like, yeah, the Easter Bunny. Although I do still have half a chocolate. No, not even. Like he's missing his ears, and there's still the rest of his face and body that's like in my desk that I've had since Easter.
I guess you couldn't eat him because he was just too cute.
No, I couldn't eat him because I don't eat chocolate. But you know that I don't force things on my son. So I've told him I don't believe in God. So we don't have a God right now. But if that's something that you think that you want when you're older and you can make that decision, that's fair enough. But right now, I don't think you're young. I think I've told him, like, I speak to, I speak to Fred as an adult a lot of the time. So I've told him that I don't think that he's old enough to make a decision on a faith or religion. So just enjoy your childhood without thinking that you're going to be damned to hell. That's literally quoting me.
You could just buy him. You could buy him a what is it? New Testament, Old Testament, Quran.
Read these, make your own mind.
Yeah. Just go. There you go. Read them all. Make up your own mind.
Give him a Stephen Fry book. Give him a couple of others. Some like big atheists. Some big evolutionists. I'm more into solstice, but I like all the lights that Christmas brings. So, speaking of solstice, and I know this,
I think is the solstice, isn't it? 21st.
Yeah, 21st. So I know that a lot of people who follow solstice, and that kind of ritualistic premise.
Pagan ritualism, isn't it?
So I wasn't going to go straight down to paganism because I know that a lot of people who follow solstice also believe in crystals, and I was watching this YouTuber talking about I've got hiccups again, I'm sorry.
Crystals don't exist, you crazy woman.
And this YouTuber was talking about the powers that crystals can give. Now, I've never believed in the power a rock can give me, but what do you think? What do you think about crystal power?
No, I mean, they're of the earth. We're of the earth. They're bound to be something to it.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're being sarcastic at the moment because you've been sarcastic.
No, it's hard to tell, isn't it? It's crazy.
I can't, because you've been sarcastic half the night. I'm really, and I know you so well, but I'm really struggling.
No,
today.
Seriously, they're of the earth. We're of the earth. There could very well be something to them. They can certainly store an awful lot of information on them for some bizarre reason, right? I mean, they have a certain harmonic. Yeah, I mean, let's see if sorry.
Because I've been wondering if any will help me feel better, basically.
Well, they definitely help. For me, they help focus with meditation and stuff. So that's a big bit of smoky quartz there. That's just the only one I got at hand. The rest of them are still packed away in my stuff. But that's my meditation crystal. Whether it helps or not, or whether it is a tool with which I use that helps, if you get me. It doesn't really make a difference. It's like Harry Potter's wand. Like, is it Harry Potter that's got the magic, or is it the wand that's got the magic? Doesn't fucking really matter, if you get me. Yeah, the fact is that the result is the desired result, and the desired result is that helps me meditate. So
Dagan's just also mentioned something very interesting. So me and Dan read something the other day on the internet about cats purring, and they purr to heal themselves. And
bees as well. Bee buzzing apparently is supposed to be an extremely healing sound.
When I've been at my lowest in terms of my mental health the past few weeks, I've found all 4 cats sitting on or next to, like, right, all 4 of them just on me, as though we know that animals have this kind of perception that they can perceive when somebody's not feeling great or when they're ill, and we know dogs can detect cancer and detect other things. So I feel like my cats genuinely know that I've not been feeling well, and they've been trying to heal me with their purring. To somebody who doesn't believe in this, obviously it sounds absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, my all 4 cats, when I have been at my lowest, they've come into the other room, because I sit in the other room when I'm feeling like shit. I sit on the sofa, and I become one with it. And they all just like swarm around me. Listening to rain is very soothing. So the problem with listening to rain, so I was listening to rain to get to sleep. Rain sounds a lot like fire. When it's recorded, rain sounds like crackling and fire. But have a listen to rain now that I've said that. And that worries me, that there's a house fire and the alarm doesn't work, and I don't hear the rain, the fire.
For me, I'd never equated the two, but I love the sound of a crackling fire. I mean, until my mum moved to this house, I mean, the whole estate basically got knocked down and got made into loads of different new houses, because they were only made to last 50 years, the old house, but they had open fires. So when I first moved here, I had an open fire, and I loved it. I used to love chopping the wood, chopping the kindling.
I love it, yeah. We used to at my dad's old house.
I used to love sitting there and just watching the fire and listening to it crackle away. There's nothing quite like it. So for me, if maybe that's why I like the sound of rain as well, or maybe I like the sound of fire because I like the sound of rain. But
when I'm looking at fire, this sounds ridiculous, but when I look at fire, I feel connected to past. No, not my past, the past. And I know that sounds, I don't know if it's because I'm burning old wood that's been around for a lot longer than me, but I feel the past. Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense.
I just thought, right, no, right. Water is supposed to have like some sort of kind of memory, or even in the conspiracy realms or whatever. I mean, water has a form of memory. Now I'm just wondering, well, yeah, this coal's old, wood is old and stuff. Maybe when you're burning this, you're inhaling a little bit of that smoke, and maybe that little bit of smoke's got this memory to it that takes you back to a time. I don't know. That's just come to me from what you were saying there, but possible, I suppose.
Don't sound completely crazy. Don't burn silver birch, supposedly bad vibes. I do listen to it. It's on a 10-hour loop, and yes, a crackling fire is nice. I love my wood burner. Amazing meditation. Yeah, definitely. My dad used to have an open fire in his old house, and I would love to have a house with a fire and just sit next to it with a book, which I've started reading again. Forgot to tell you to try and sleep. Yeah, I've been reading John Grisham again.
If you're into reading again, I might send you a book to read to Freddie, or if I can't find it, The Carpet People by Terry Pratchett.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not joking. You will probably love reading it to him, but it's an amazing book. Both my kids absolutely loved it.
You'll have to send it to me later, because I'll forget.
Yeah.
But yeah, because we were the only time. So me and you guys know, me and Dee usually talk all week, all the time, and the only time
we used to when I gamed. Yeah.
The only time that we've spoken this week was it on Tuesday?
I'd have to check Messenger.
And I phoned you. I had this dream where I can't even remember what the message...
your precog dream. Yes, your precog dream. Yeah.
So I sent Dan a message, and I can't for the life of me remember what the message was now. Do you remember?
No, but it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter what the message was. But I sent Dan a message, and then I closed the WhatsApp. Closed our chat of the WhatsApp so I could see all of my chats on WhatsApp. And I had this flashback of seeing this message. So Dan is saved on my phone with Dan with a little emoji with a kissy face on it. That's how he's saved on my phone, and with the message underneath that. You guys know how WhatsApp comes up, I'm sure. Maybe not. You're all quite old.
I haven't used WhatsApp in a while, so no.
So anyway, it comes up with the name and then the message. It's like Messenger. And I had this instant flashback to having a dream years ago, absolutely years ago, of this message was seared into my brain, and it was just really weird. So then when it kind of clicked, I phoned D within like 5 seconds, and he's like, "I've got Tiff here. I've got the resin out." And I was like, "Is this a do sex thing? Hi, Tiff."
Yeah.
What do you mean? And I'm like, okay, I'll be really quick because I've got like no battery on my phone. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because I'd not really had this, and we were talking about deja vu and stuff like that, and I've felt deja vu, but I've always known that it's not been deja vu, or maybe I was there when I was a kid or something like that. But now that this message and sending it to Dan, because Dan wouldn't have been saved in my phone with an emoji kissy face years ago. So now I'm trying to remember all the dreams that I have.
This is the kind of thing, once you find out that it's possible these things happen, you like synchronicity, and the universe suddenly starts letting you see it happen more and more. So
yeah, you were saying this on the phone, so I'm quite excited for that. Quite excited to relive dreams, and that just goes into that whole thing that you were on about weeks ago, not on the podcast, on the phone to me, that time could all be happening all at once, and that we're the same consciousness, which I thought was really fucking interesting. But it kind of plays into
your man to talk about that kind of stuff, because yeah,
you did say I remember you saying on the phone that I should talk to Mick about it. But yeah, that time could all be happening like that, like in an instance. And I remember saying I think I was saying to Martin on Jed's stream, that we perceive time differently, and that when you die, you're supposed to relive all of your life experiences. So how do I know that I haven't got to the end of my life, died, and then reliving my experience again and again and again, and that I'm on like the 5th reliving of an experience that I've ever seen, like that. We don't know. I don't think we could ever know. That's your belief. I didn't say that we'd come back. I said that you'd relive past experiences, and that we're supposed to see our life flash before our eyes. So could it not be that we're seeing our lives flash before our eyes right now, and that we're already dead? Could we have not already had this conversation 80 years ago, and I'm reliving this in a flashback?
Okay, so I'll let Mick chime in here, because I know he's probably got something to say about this. So
I was going to say, what makes you think this is life? Like, you don't know what happens when you die, so how do you know this isn't what happens when you die? You can't remember what life was. Like, you don't know which end you're on, do you really?
Say that again, sorry, Mick.
You don't know which end of life you're on, if you're on the life of this is death, because life and death is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're talking about time. Thinking your subconscious knows everything that you've ever learned through your whole life there, but it can't use it all at once. So you have a consciousness that's like one little part that's like a slowed down computer, so you can make sense of it, right? So time is the same pattern there. You just bringing one little moment down and putting something behind it all the time.
I'm going to bring up Doctor Who again.
It's an ever-changing moment you're in, isn't it?
Yeah. But something me and Dan was watching on Doctor Who the other day is a bit about an afterlife, and that they're all saved to a data cloud. But before that, the man said, well, after the guy found out that he's on a data cloud because he's died, he said, when babies are in the womb, and if babies had a phone, would they think that those 9 months is life, and when they're being birthed and expelled, is that death to them? Do you know what I mean? If they had the ability to communicate, so we don't necessarily know where we're going next, if our consciousness lives on, or any of that. Like there is no way that we could possibly know, And no, I don't smoke, Scotty B.
Just to put a head on.
Fuck off, no. Yeah.
You know when people see a white light?
Pardon?
You know when people have had these near-death experiences and they see a white light?
Mm-hmm.
Could that be a part of like the birth canal, where you actually just about to give birth, like be part of that birth.
Yeah.
But if he gets zipped up, it ends up being the dead stillbirth or whatever. Do you know what I mean? From the conscious point of view, not from the physical point of view, that's two totally different things. But it has to work much on the same mechanisms, I think. One is intertwined with the other, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, can you tell me what you are then? If you died, what are you? You're just the data that you've gathered through life. You have no body. What makes
See,
you?
this could be the option as well. Like I've just put up on the screen, but Scotty B said, "When you die, you
And then
die."
that's what I
It's
said.
simple.
That's what I said when I read his comment. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not on board with that, but I do take that on board as a possibility.
So to get consciousness, to get to this state of consciousness, to just for another, from your perspective, there is no, like, why don't we all just kill ourselves right now? Because it doesn't matter how long you live, it's going to be the same in the end. You see what I mean? It's like there's something driving us. We all want to live forever. Maybe we do. That's the thing that we keep thinking is possible, because it is, but it's not in the way we think it is, not in this body. I think we take data all the time, and we through life experiences, the ones that keep getting rewrote, the things that we take through to the next. The things we just keep repeating in this one. So we've got to
Plato's world
change.
of forms, that is. that's exactly what Plato said in his world of forms ideology, was that we are just taking in everything before we go into the next life, of where we start fresh, knowing what we know. Because we all say, oh, what if you could go back like 30 years and
So
know
why
what
do
you know
babies
now
die
then?
I mean, did they not need as much as I need, or to take into the next life? I mean,
Are they going to go into a different life, and to a different world of forms? How many times do we have to relive the world of forms until we know enough information to go into the next life? Because there are beliefs of reincarnation.
Well, all right, do you die younger the more enlightened you become then? I mean,
It depends on your definition of enlightened.
This is what I think it is. The data that you take through is your operating system for the build up the next time. Do you know what I mean? It's like Windows. If you have a computer and just have a component that doesn't work, it needs something to start learning. It needs a basic system in there to start learning. That basic system is what we take through. It's not us taking it through. It's just the data that's transported for the next build up in consciousness. Because consciousness isn't a thing that happens straight away, is it?
No.
But you have to be in a conscious state to start learning. It's at the very first lesson has to start, doesn't it?
But like
even
Dee
when you're
said,
born,
the babies.
yeah, but even when you're born, that first experience can have an effect on you the rest of your life. Whether it's birds whistling or, do you know what I mean? Where you're born, I think it has an effect. Hospitals feel horrible. The energy in hospitals is not nice, is it?
I hate them. Yeah, I hate hospitals. I absolutely hate hospitals so much.
yeah. See, well, I've got two girls, and one was born in hospital, one was born out of a hospital, and they are completely different people. But I mean, I'm not saying that's anything special, because I'm not exactly similar to my brothers and stuff. But I mean, it's a very, very big difference between my two girls. So it's like my youngest, she was one that wasn't born in hospital, and she's definitely a bit more light-hearted, a bit more free-spirited, and I don't know. So yeah.
Me and my brother are quite similar, and we were born in the same hospital. Yeah, my mum was born in. My mum was born in her bedroom, and she's can be quite uptight. So.
You know when people talk about
Talk about what? Sorry.
afterlife.
Yeah.
You get the impression they're talking about right back here or some other place.
I can't. I'm struggling to hear you, mate.
Are you thinking when people say that? Do you think of another place when they're talking about an afterlife, or are you thinking right back here?
I don't know. I have many different theories, to be perfectly honest. I have many different thoughts on it, but it could be a multitude of things. We could be rebirthed and reborn into a different body, our consciousness uploaded to another human. We could be in some kind of paradise or purgatory or hell, or or a completely different planet. I don't know. I mean, this could all be a simulation. I don't know. But I don't think we'll ever know.
Electricity
Pardon?
will jump from one thing to another, won't it? Energy. Electric in its pure form. And that's what we operate on. So, in a way, when you teach your values to your kids, there's your operating system. And your genetics is your body. And sooner or later, that body will come back and you want that operating system. The values you've installed for your kids to be learned back to you is the way I look at it. It's like it's this self-learning thing in a loop.
So it's just a secular thing.
Yeah. It's a learning. It's a learning. And
It's quite a self-absorbed way of thinking, almost, in a way, though, isn't it? That you only ever do things to teach your future self.
Well, it is you. That's the whole point. We all one. We all the same thing. We found this separation, and that's the ego. The ego gets in the way because that's the thing that says, "This is me. This is where others perceive me." And you can't know what others are thinking. Everybody's thinking this thing, and that's the ego. It's a false thing, and it's the thing that stops you saying stuff. There is no you. There is and there isn't. It's like this big contradiction thing all the time.
You are the point of attention for that moment, but you're ultimately a part of the whole, which makes you the whole. Yeah?
Yeah, it's going to be absorbed back into it later on. That's your kids. That's
Right,
you.
yeah.
Generations on, you might pop out again. It's just genetics, isn't it? It's like you lose your memory, you're still here. Aren't you? It's still D if you lose your memory. If you lose some of your data, it's still you,
Well,
would you say?
The physical me is, but is the conscious me still here if I don't remember it? I mean,
Well,
I would say no, personally.
So for part of your life, because we're losing things all the time, can you remember everything?
Oh no! Again, like I said, I'm absolutely terrible with my memory, but at the same time,
That's why you're not you then, because you've lost these bits of data.
well, no, because I mean, all right, if I woke up next day and had none of the information I've picked up, I would say I'm no longer me. But waking up every day and just having lost a little bit of that information, I've retained enough information to know that I'm still me, or be pretty sure I'm still me.
So from your perspective, you wouldn't know what you had lost, would you? So from your perspective, are you still you?
From the
Yeah.
You don't know.
well, no, because if you're a blank slate, you wouldn't know whether you're you or what you is or the concept of you, would you?
No, you would have people around you saying you're not you, and you'd be thinking, "What the fuck?" Just because I can't remember things, I'm not me anymore. So of course I'm me now, because we're constantly changing. It's just this thing all happens at once to you, so therefore it's viewed in a different way.
So I'm more along the line of thinking that you are a sum of your experiences. So for me personally, no, I wouldn't go along with that way of thinking personally. But
So what is it you try and install in your kids? Your experiences, your values.
Well, no, unfortunately for me, I was installing the system's values and shit. So.
Well, I got my kids motorbikes and the two girls. They didn't like them, but they had to go for a while. You know what I mean? But still, it's like I'm getting them things. I'm trying to give them my experiences. Now, why would I do that?
Right. Yes. No. See, I was not so much into that. I've always kind of naturally lent towards finding what they enjoyed and going along with that. If you know what I mean. I was never one to like
You haven't done it in any
impose
way.
things on me. Like so. Yeah. But
Yeah, I
You
let
haven't
my
done it
son. Pardon? No, go on.
You haven't done it in the slightest way. In no way, shape, or form you've done anything like that. Because I think every
I
time you
think
buy a child, you're doing that. You get what you
I
think.
mean, don't get me wrong. When it comes to values and stuff, yeah, I've certainly tried to instill what I would call my, or would have called my values at the time into them. But I mean, for me, I kind of knew I was on a losing battle when they wouldn't sit down and watch Star Trek and Star Wars and stuff with me, if you know what I mean. It was kind of
well,
like,
because it's
it's like,
garbage.
there's no point. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, let them go off and
But
enjoy themselves. They're only going to fucking
they're
keep
the
asking
bits,
questions all the way through it anyway. So,
they're the bits you can't see because it's you. Do you know what I mean? You can't see the bits that you consider your ego. You can't see that going into them. But I dare bet you've got the trait to them kids in all our kids. It's us because we are part of what they learn from. It's what they've chose from us, not what we've given them.
well,
It's what they've.
yeah, no, yeah, I was actually just about to say that. You'll find that kids don't usually learn what you are trying to teach them. They usually learn what you are. They learn from what you do rather than what you say.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
my daughter the other day, we were having this discussion, and it's like we used to have a bit of a rough relationship with the mother. So the mother was apologising, saying it's like, and my daughter had said exactly what I was thinking. She says, well, the things that I didn't like you doing, that I was looking at you, prevented me from doing those very things because I didn't like them in you. So therefore, you're learning as long as you realise in the end, that's all that matters. So it's like if you feel guilty about it all the time, it's true because we're all learning things and lessons are getting learned from us as well all the time.
There's definitely things that I purposely try to not do because my mum does it and I don't like those things. And then there's definitely
Yeah.
things that I do that my dad does that I try and I like the person. I mean, obviously I love both my parents, but there's a lot of things that my dad does that I try and lean more towards. I mean, same with my mum as well, obviously. But I definitely kind of pick and choose the traits in my parents that I prefer, and I try
Yeah.
and mold that into myself and input those things. And I think no matter what you do, you're always going to teach somebody something.
Well, would you say in an ideal world, if it wasn't corrupted in the way it is, that you actually a refinement of those two characters, and then your partner's a refinement of their two, his parents' characters or whoever brought him up, and that's how the refinement keeps happening. We keep refining those things.
That's
See,
how it should go, yeah.
I kind of think that happens in a way because my mum is
Yeah.
always saying to me, "My God, you're just like your bloody dad." Now, my
I get that.
literally, my dad left when I was about 3 or 4. I used to go and see him maybe every 6 months or so, but I mean, I don't have very many memories of my dad, put it that way. And yeah, apparently I'm the spit of him, like character wise and stuff. So, and
Yeah, but
both my brothers are more like my mum. Yeah.
I bet you make memories with your daughters because you never got them with your dad. It's like that
Sorry.
thing.
He said, I bet you make
Sorry.
I bet you
You've
make
tried to
memories with your daughters because you didn't have them with your dad.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I've always had time for me girls whenever I'm not working. Yeah, it's been whatever they want to do. Well, whenever I've had the money for it, you know what it's like with kids.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, the problem with me is I wasn't actually conscious of this way of thinking at the time. So it's like it didn't work out for me in that way. I mean, I've got two nice kids and I love them to bits, and it's just I wish I had this knowledge then. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh, so do I.
Yeah.
I mean, I love both my girls, but fuck me, they're so systemized. It's not even funny.
Yeah. It's like they say a lot in the flat earth. It's like they see the problems, but they try and make it. They just put their problem onto them instead. They start putting their logic instead of just getting the child to ask questions, to be critical of everything. To just ask the questions is the thing that gets the stimulation of the mind thinking, not just repeating answers.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I say totally systemized. My youngest is certainly a bit more along my line of thinking. I have caught her watching a few what she would consider conspiracy kind of things on YouTube and stuff. So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So there may be something getting in there now, but again, to be fair, why kids would be interested in these kind of subjects is beyond me, if you know what I mean. This is I think the kind of stuff we talk about now and stuff is stuff for adults.
Yeah, well, your kids is going to be adults, and then they're going to be minded. But you're not going to fade out from it because it's something that is going on. This corrupt stuff and all the cover up. So, like, people are not stupid. It's going to be.
Oh yeah, no. I say people are not stupid, and yeah, I would encourage certainly if you've got kids to talk about this kind of stuff, but I wouldn't expect them to go into the deep kind of thinking on the subjects that we do, purely because of the system we're in, and they got mates that probably aren't interested in that kind of stuff, and they want to continue having mates. Like, and if you're the odd one out, you don't keep mates for very long, so you toe the line.
I think the best time for this kind of conversation is when they start college, because it's not as the system's a lot different once you hit college. You have a lot more responsibility. Fucking hiccups. Yeah, you've got a lot more responsibility when you hit college compared to when you're in senior school, especially. And I know that I changed considerably, and a lot of my friends were talking about 9/11. That's how I got into this. And I think a lot of people get into the conspiracy realm through 9/11, and I feel like you're a little bit more rebellious when you hit college years as well. You are starting to not like the system. You can't drink, you can't buy cigarettes, smoking weed is illegal, and you want to do all of those things. You want to go and rebel against everything. So I think that people are more receptive of the lies and shit that we're told by governments and the system at that age than any other age, personally. And I think once they've hit uni, they're in the system then. I very rarely find a university student that will talk conspiracy theories and will talk and anything else. They think, right, university, get a good job, and that's, they are very much money orientated for success. Yeah. Yeah, Juan, we're still going, still here. Probably not for much longer though, because my chest.
Oh
is
yeah, no,
tiring.
11 o'clock. Yeah, I was going to say this is usually the
time that D starts sounding like a robot.
I'll get off.
But yeah, definitely think college age is the most receptive, or at least it was for me. I obviously can't speak for the general populace.
But conspiracies in the mainstream now, isn't it?
I don't know. You mentioned conspiracy. If I mention conspiracy at work, I'm like doohickey and crazy. Like I mentioned that the government's out to get us in that kind of way, and don't do that. She doesn't like it.
Well, you have heard what the conspiracies mix with. It's like you've heard the mad stories and this mad shit that people come out with. So if you've been exposed to that, then you hear somebody else going on with a little bit of what they're going on with as well. You're not going to be took seriously, are you?
No. But as soon as you mention the word conspiracy, you just I stick with the word theory as opposed to conspiracy theory, because I'm not well, I guess broadcasting my opinion on this platform is somewhat conspiring, but I don't think when I am discussing a theory that I have, it's necessarily conspiring, even though that is the definition of conspiracy theory. But I tend to steer. No.
No, well, a
Well,
conspiracy
it's
theory is literally
two
just
people. Yeah.
no. Conspiracy is two or more people trying to bring about a political change.
Yeah.
But a conspiracy theorist is just literally anyone that has a theory that's based around a conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a theory based around a conspiracy, you're a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah. But I try to
ultimately, most conspiracy theorists really just want to call themselves researchers.
Yeah.
I mean, in my humble opinion.
But that is an accurate description as well. Is researcher, because you are researching a theory. If you're researching how to split atoms and whatnot, it's still a theory. And if you're doing it with somebody else to change something, you are a conspiracy theorist. So there's so many things that could be a conspiracy theorist, but it has such negative undertones. That's why I try and say, this is my theory, I think.
It was supposed to be in the 60s, the CIA, when they killed Kennedy, basically, that they coined the phrase conspiracy theorist to dismiss anyone who went against the story on that. So, yeah. But sorry, Mick, you were trying to say something a minute ago, bud.
I can't remember what I was going to say now.
Yeah, so I should know better. I know when Mick's got something to say, he needs to say it because it'll go out of his head. So,
memory like yours.
You know, if you have a conspiracy in the government and you're young, you sort of hear the conspiracy. It makes sense of it, but it doesn't really matter to you. It's not an important thing. It's like you accept it because you've been acclimatized with all these movies where it's just accepted. It's just one of those things. Those people are like that. It's not until later on you know it's actually affecting you. I think that's when it's obviously, but it's like you're aware of it, but you just don't take it with any.
See, for me, the main reason I didn't really listen to conspiracy theorists is because the movie showed me what conspiracy theorists look like. And none of the people that were talking about conspiracies look like these people. So I never considered them as conspiracy theorists. Like, you know what I mean? The hippie guy stuck in a van somewhere or in a broken down like shack somewhere. The conspiracy guy was always the mental wacky guy kind of things in movies.
Yeah.
So
been watching us. I've been watching us since this is such a time and go, yeah, whatever. Just tell us about this, don't they? And he's the one who's got like problems, isn't he? He's a bit nervous and all that. All the time.
yeah.
I'm cute. I don't know what you guys are on about. I was just basking in Jennifer's comment, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
I'm putting it down to the. Pardon?
I hope you would tell us what we were talking about because I don't know.
Honestly, like I've just read Jennifer's comment and then I was thinking about my liquid lipstick that my colleague bought me last Christmas, and yeah.
So can I ask you about makeup? What do you think? Why is makeup important to you?
I only wear it for this, to be honest. I don't wear it on Jamie's stream. I have only once worn makeup on Jed's stream, and that's because it was my birthday.
Literally, Mick, I jumped on for the pre-chat earlier, and the first thing she said was, lipstick or no lipstick?
No, that wasn't the first thing I said. The first thing was, oh God, no, I can't wear this. And I ran upstairs and got changed, came back, and I was like, and then I was like, lipstick or no lipstick?
You know, when you wear makeup, what do you think the other people are saying?
My makeup, not me.
Do you think they're saying you better?
No, I think they're seeing the hidden face that I want them to see. I wear makeup because I'm not entirely comfortable in my own skin right now, since putting on a lot of weight. So I wear makeup so that I can not pretend to be a different person, but I feel like I'm accentuating my personality and delivering the presentation that is me in a more societally approved way.
And women don't have facial hair they can mess with and put into all sorts of awesome shapes and stuff. So
yeah, I can't hide my face with hair. So
yeah.
But no, I don't wear makeup. I half wear it to make myself feel more approachable. But that means that I'm not wearing it for anybody else. I'm wearing it so that I feel more approachable. And the other reason is because
you're more socially acceptable.
Yeah, that's how I feel when I have makeup on. It's purely for me to feel more accepted. It's not for anybody else, if that makes sense.
Does that make you act differently?
No, I actually act exactly the same, but I feel better. So if I didn't have my camera on, I would be talking the same as I am now. With hand gestures and all, because D, you know that I'm always hand gesturing when we're talking on Xbox, and I'm like, you can't see what I'm doing with my hands. But no, I feel I'm exactly the same person with or without makeup. I just feel, no, the personality I portray is the same with or without makeup, but I feel better with it on this platform. But again, on Jamie's, I don't tend to wear makeup.
Well, I think you look better without it. When you zoomed in the camera, it was actually highlighting little lumps in your skin and things.
Oh no, that's just spots. That's just spots and eczema.
Yeah,
But thanks.
When your skin's natural, it looks much better.
Yeah, that's all my eczema there, and then this eye here has eczema. You can't actually see it on the camera, but there's eczema all here. When my anxiety is playing up, there's eczema all here, and I can feel it. And I know that the foundation accentuates it when it's close, but when it's further away, it's blanker.
So, you know, your makeup's like an oil-based type of stuff, isn't it? It's greasy stuff, isn't it?
The foundation I'm using at the moment is oil-based, yes.
Yes. So now if I got that oil and I turned it to say green or something like that, and you were sitting there with all this stuff, crap, all over your face all night, would you think of it would doing your skin any good? Would you think you might be getting spots from actually wearing it?
No, I work in the skincare business. I know that it's bad for my skin, and I always look after it. Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah. Again,
maybe all the makeup is why women don't age as well as men.
That's definitely why it is. And again, I wear it once a week on here. I don't wear it to work. I don't wear it anywhere else. Yeah. And I know my skin will be bad tomorrow, but it will come off. To be fair, no, that's a lie. I won't take it off. I'm too lazy for that. I should, but I won't. I bought face wipes, which are really bad for the environment, with the intention to take makeup off with them, but I don't. I just clean things with them instead.
Yeah, I mean, I was awful when I was married. I wouldn't even kiss my wife if she had lipstick on. I wouldn't do it. Couldn't stand even touching it on my lips. Like that.
I'll take this off before I kiss Dan, because I don't want him to have this on his mouth. Although it doesn't come off.
Yeah, women always say that. She'd go, look on the tissue, look, there's nothing coming off, look.
Oh yeah, but as soon as it gets wet, obviously it will. So if you're all like, then you know.
Or Tiff doesn't wear a single bit of makeup. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, you know me. I don't normally I do my makeup usually while we're doing our pre-stream chat, and we normally talk for about half an hour to 45 minutes, and that's when I'm doing my makeup. Usually this evening I did it before, because I did.
You know all this pruning people do, and they're like the oils and the exfoliate, and they put all this crap on their face. It's like, where would that happen in nature? Wouldn't you have your own oils oil your face? It's like we wash the oils out, then we put them back with these artificial things.
I mean, people have been using olive oil on their skin for thousands of years, but yeah, sure, and cocoa butter and
all sorts. Yeah, I mean,
stuff.
Well, if nature documentaries and stuff. Sorry.
Where's my makeup like that?
I was going to say, it doesn't matter how long it's been going on for. They could have been getting it wrong for 2,000 years.
Babe, can you pass me my makeup bag?
Well, see, in the past, men used to wear more makeup than women.
Thank
It's only
you.
like it's a relatively new thing where women have been the ones wearing the makeup and men haven't. So
I'll show you what I use on my face to clean it. I use two things. I use this here, which is a bar. It's an oil-based bar called Sleepy Face. It has organic fair trade cocoa butter and lavender in it. Because I have eczema, the lavender balances out the sebum production in my skin, and the organic fair trade cocoa butter helps to remove all the pollution and guck and crap in my face. And then I replenish the oils with this bar called Banana Skin.
You're giving us the thing like how they're salad. How does it take these things out of your skin?
And wouldn't it be better just to let Dano jizz in your face?
I mean, yeah, I don't see why not. It takes it out of my skin because oil, dust, and muck and shit, like outside shit, inside shit. I've got cats; they bring in dirt. Oil attracts all of that. So then I rub that into my face, and then I use my flannel that goes in the microwave, and I steam that shit out of my face.
Use microwave water on your face. Oh my god.
Yep. Or kettle water. Sometimes I just pour a kettle over it. It's nice and warm then.
Just don't use a microwave ever. Just go into your kitchen, pick out your microwave, go outside and chuck it as far away as you can.
That's the only thing I've microwaved in a week. In fact, I didn't even microwave it this week. I just ran it into the tap and used it cold because I was having a hot woman moment. But yeah, those are the two things that I use to clean my face, and they're literally because I have eczema. If my eczema's not flaring up, I just use water. So I'm very conscious about what I put on my skin and what I put on my face, and I don't exfoliate my face either because I have eczema. It irritates that. People who exfoliate eczema make me angry. Yeah. But I am a skincare consultant, so I know these things.
Well, if I told you I haven't used soap for months and months now, nearly a year, I haven't used any soap.
Yeah, I don't. Again, if my eczema's not playing up, I just wash my face with water. If my eczema is playing up, which it does when my anxiety is, then I just use that balm. And in the shower, I use shower lotion, body lotion.
I use that Karma soap. You can probably tell me better what's in it than I do. But yeah,
coconut oil, patchouli, orange, propylene glycol, sodium stearate, which are both derived from. I think.
But it doesn't really matter because I smell amazing after it.
Smell fantastic. I hate
awesome,
Karma.
So.
I'll send you all my Karma stuff. I like the perfume, but I don't like the soap. The soap smells different. It's because it smells different on me than it does on the bar, because you are the final ingredient in a perfume. So, but we've spoken about that before, yes. Or in a fragrance, I should say. But yeah, Mick, I use all natural as possible on my face, except for when I put my makeup on. And again, I do it.
I'll say putting a coconut on your face is natural. You know what I mean?
Well, see, it could be, like I say, you do see primates putting stuff on each other and that in these wildlife documentaries. And I'm not saying evolution is true all of a sudden, all this kind of thing, but I was saying if we ever lived in that kind of primitive way, then the chances are we lived in a similar way to primates that are alive today. So,
but don't elephants cover themselves in muck to cool their skin down because their skin's burnt?
We're not elephants, though, are we?
No, I know we're not. But I'm saying,
like sand, salt, something like that, and you rub yourself with that to get the stuff scraped off, and then it just washes away in the water. And what you're left with is your own bodily oils left in your skin. You're not taking them out.
But actually, salt's one of the most drying things that you could possibly put on your skin. So if you put salt on your skin, you are going to dry your skin out. I personally use salt on my body. So I use it. It's salt and charcoal that I use on my body, mixed with blackberry puree.
Well, I use salt about once a month. I don't use it all the time, and I'm fine with it.
That's your choice.
No, I'm saying I'm not putting anything on. I'm not dried skin. I've got oily skin. It's just normally
Then you're
cold.
very lucky because I haven't. Okay, so I haven't cared about the rest of my body. I only care about my face. And I have dry on my legs, and I haven't used my body lotions. I haven't used anything, and I haven't used anything on my skin other than normal shower gel that I would use all the time, which is oil based, because again, dry skin. And my skin is really dry everywhere, and I haven't used it in like 2 months because I have not been taking care of myself.
Do you eat a lot of oil?
Pardon?
Do you consume much oil, like coconut oil and stuff like that?
No,
You don't.
no.
I was just going to say those who do it, they say like as if it oils the joints and things like that. It's not how oil works, is it? Because the stuff I've seen on oil, any of it, as soon as it comes in contact with it, starts killing the cells straight away. So there's no real good oils for you. The only oils that are good is the oils you'll find in nuts, and the amount of nuts you need is about 2 a day, not a half a packet or a full packet. It's like a really small amount.
I couldn't stop at 2.
Who
Yeah,
are
but
you,
that's
Mick?
what?
It's like those people who say you shouldn't eat more than a matchbox worth of cheese a day. Like, fuck off. Back when I used to eat cheese, I'd eat loads of cheese. Matchbox of cheese.
Cheese.
Pardon?
Eat cheese.
Do I eat cheese?
Yeah.
As a vegan, no.
You get vegan cheese. You said that I take a long time to answer there, didn't you?
Yeah, I can see that little smirk, look.
Do you know what? I don't eat much cheese. No, I don't eat much vegan cheese at all. And if I do, it's in a toaster. Because I'm fat. But no, I take care of my skin the way that my skin needs to be taken care of. That's what I do.
So I've never taken care of my skin a day in my life. I have what I consider a normal wash routine, and yeah, I mean, even before I was using that Karma soap, I mean, I was on the Lynx fucking Africa. That I used the shower gel for, even if I was just having a wash, like not just shower, even if I had a bath, like it was Lynx. So, but I mean, I don't think I've ever really had any major skin issues. A few little bits of eczema here and there, but
that's what I was about to say. Dan doesn't look after his skin at all, and it's infuriating because I bought him the same stuff as me. And Dan's face is covered in eczema, whereas I know I literally only look after my skin on a Sunday night when I'm about to come and talk to you guys. The rest of the week I've been in a slump and I've been very lazy with my skincare, and so's Dan. And Dan's got eczema all over his face. And if he looked after it with the stuff that I gave him, he wouldn't have eczema all over his face. But he doesn't. He's ungrateful.
Well, you know, you're in the skincare business. So, is there any experiment that's ever been done between two twins that's had the treatment and looks young, and the one that hasn't had the treatment and looks old, that's got the same genetics? Is that a thing? Has it ever been done?
I've never seen it.
In my shop, absolutely no idea. I don't think so. But
I think it's a snake oil stuff. It's just another
Pardon?
snake oil. I think it's just another snake oil thing. All this healthcare crap.
No, I don't think so, because I will see a difference in the next couple of days of how good my skin will be. I won't have any eczema on my face for the next 2 days, and I can literally run across my forehead and scratch all the eczema off.
I know my light's too bad, but like I say, my skin isn't too bad at all. Yeah, I mean, all right, I've got a big scar on my forehead, like, but I mean, my skin itself. No, it's not showing up on the camera, but it's not too bad at all. Anyway, like I say, I don't have any dry, flaky bits. I don't have spots. I don't have any of that. As far as I'm concerned, my skin is still pretty good. Especially when I get rid of all that hair.
You look about 30.
What'd you say, mate?
He looks about 30 odd, doesn't he? Doesn't look very old. Without all that
only
hair.
in his 40s. It's not that far off.
So I'm only 41.
Here we go.
I'll be 42.
Right,
actually, I'll be 42 next month. Yeah.
I promise every day for the next week, I will look after my skin how I normally do. I will take my makeup off right now, and I'll show you how red my face is. Let me just move my hair because this is oil. Right. So you rub the bar on your face. Look, here we go. I don't know if I'm allowed to showcase products like this, but we'll rub it all over the face. So I'm just going to be lipstick because that takes a bit more to take off. Get rid of all of it.
So do you have to wash that bar off before you use it again?
No, lavender's antibacterial.
Yeah, but I mean, you just wiped your makeup with it. Like, surely you've left makeup on the bar. You're not going to wipe that all over your face next time you use it.
Yeah, but again, lavender is natural antibacterial and it's lavender oil, so no bacteria will grow on it. Oh. Hang on, let me move my hair out the way.
That's right.
Yeah, fucking mirror.
They test links on animals. So this is a comment from Dagan. And for every single product that is on the shelves today has been tested by animals. Every single one. Even the ones that say they weren't tested on animals. That just means that that company didn't do tests on animals with that product.
No. Every ingredient has been tested on animals. But that doesn't transcribe to every product has been tested on animals. Well, it does,
because if there's an ingredient that's been tested on an animal that's in a product, then that product is a product that has been tested on animals. So, yes.
So you can see where my foundation... No, you can't see on here. I was going to say, you can see where my foundation sticks to the fucking eczema. Eczema!
So you're certainly not looking as white already. You've got more of a pinky hue to you now.
You can't actually see how red I am in the camera as to how I actually am.
Oh, yes, sorry, no, I didn't think he was having a go, Dagan. I just thought I'd point that fact out, mate. Yeah, sorry, don't think I was getting all preachy or having a go at you there, mate. Yeah, no, that was just like I say, yeah, every yeah, how's it going, Jezbert? Check the description of this video for the link to Jez's channel. He's in our recommended list anyway, which will be added every week in the description, and as we get more, I'll add more. But Jez is there now. Go and check him out, especially if you like RoboCop.
As we like more people will be added.
Yeah.
Basically.
But yeah, Jez, I've not watched the Mandalorian helmet video you've done yet, but I was talking about that when we first started earlier. So, but yeah, I highly advise anyway, going and checking out 3D Prop Studios, even if that means stopping watching us for a minute, so you nip over there and give him a quick sub. Go on, so, you know you wanna. Go on.
Eczema all here. It's all around here, which you can't actually see that well. And then all on my cheeks and on my schnoz.
Yeah, for some reason we've come to the point where we're watching Cakes take off her makeup.
Yeah, and then we go on with this bar, and this bar hydrates the fucking skin.
So have you tried putting your ointment on only half of your face to see if it's actually the ointment that's clearing it up?
Well, I know that it's the oil that will be doing that, because this will be the only difference in my skin.
Yeah,
so I know.
But if you can say for certain, you can't really say that because your skin's cleared up, and it's just you are using the oil. But what I'm saying is, can you definitively say?
Yeah, I can definitively say that it is the oil that does that, because I have eczema and I know how different my skin is. And I have customers who have severe acne who come into the shop, and they're telling me about their acne, and I advise them things to buy, and they buy those products and they come back a couple of months later and they're like, thank you so much for advising this. And I'm like, anytime, yeah. There you go.
So would the advice not be better to change the diet?
Yeah, oh, definitely. But I can't stand there and say stop eating dairy. I can't stand in my shop and tell somebody what they can and can't eat when they're coming into a cosmetic shop. I can advise what's best for their skin, and they come in full of acne. A couple of months later, they've got no acne.
But could that be that you get acne in stages and it's just
No, not at all. You do get acne in stages, but when I have so many different customers coming into the shop asking me for acne issues or asking me for dry skin and eczema, and then I can physically see a difference because I build a rapport with my customers, and they come back and they're like, yes, I agree with, yes, this has worked, etc., etc.
Well, so if I get a rash, right, and I go and I get some cream and I wipe the cream on and nothing happens for 3 days, and after that the rash goes away. Now I think, oh, that works, and I get the rash again, I go and buy the cream and I do the same again and it goes away. Now the thing was, I didn't go through that without getting the cream, so how do I not know it's a cream, or it's just not a superstition thing because it worked? It was coincided with it working last time. I get it again, and it's just a mental thing. I think it's working.
the placebo effect? Yeah.
No, I completely disagree, because okay, so
No,
I know.
disagree with you. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking, how do you know? How can you tell the difference if you're just doing something repetitively and you're getting the result to when you if you didn't do it, you might get the same result? How can you tell the difference?
The only way you could tell the difference is if you didn't do it. But I can see the difference. Again, I haven't looked after my skin all week or for the past few weeks, and I have eczema. If I look after my skin every single day this week, the symptoms of the eczema won't be there. The eczema still will be there because it's in my body. It's an uncurable, what's the word I'm thinking of?
Condition?
No. Dermatology issue. There is no cure for it at all. All I can.
Yeah.
Can't hear you over Dee's bong here.
Sorry.
Have you ever used it when you haven't had the ointment and it's gone away?
My eczema? Yeah, when I've stopped being as stressed, or when it's summer. My eczema comes out in the winter more than anything, and when my anxiety's high.
Well, I'm asking when it goes away, are you taking the ointment all the time? So if your answer is no, how, again, the same question, how can you tell when it is that much working?
Because I know where my eczema flares up. My eczema flares up during the winter. So theoretically speaking, if I went to a hot country right now and didn't put anything on my face, by the end of my trip in the hot country, assuming that I was relaxed and that my anxiety wasn't up here, the eczema would go, because my eczema flares up with anxiety. Much like I get breakouts when I eat greasy food. I had chips yesterday. There is a spot. So I know what flares up my own skin, and I know what calms it down. So I know that if I want to calm my skin down without waiting till summer, I use my face stuff. I didn't use my face stuff all through the summer, and I didn't have eczema. As soon as we've hit the colder months, my eczema has flared up, and I've seen Dan's eczema flare up. So I think his eczema is triggered with the cold as well. So there are definitely outside variables that affect people's skin, much like the outside variable definitely affects mine and Dee's mood, for example. I know that both of us get SADs as we get into the colder months. It affects both of us. As we've spoken a lot about this recently, especially with me being how I've been.
To be fair, that would actually explain, thinking of it, why I've been a bit for the past few days, to be fair. So that could actually, I hadn't really thought of it.
Did you not say the affects us
Because it's been quite nice weather at the moment. So, yeah. But I've actually been out enjoying the weather. I've stopped the walks I was doing and stuff and everything. So, but go on, Mick. Sorry, mate.
I was just going to say, do you think we've all got it to a certain extent? It's like that, the shorter days, it's like it feels like the day's over before it started, almost.
It could well be,
does. I think so.
You don't get depressed about it, it just doesn't feel the same. It's not as nice as when you've got the long night. You got more to cram into it.
I definitely. The shorter days definitely mess me up. I really don't like the shorter days. I much prefer like not having to turn the lights on at 4 o'clock in the fucking afternoon. I want to turn them on at 10 o'clock at night, an hour before I go to bed.
I think the quality of light is affect all kind of this artificial light we sit under. It's like Dean knows when you've had the certain types of light, like them sodiums, it's a pleasure to be in them, isn't it? It's like sitting on a beach somewhere. It makes you feel differently. You can sit there for hours and that's just under an artificial light. So it might be the type of light we sit under that's giving us the depression, not the actual lack of light.
Yeah. To be fair, I was thinking of buying a growing light because you get the full spectrum growing light, and I was thinking of using that for my main light.
Well, what about the candle? I thought, like, maybe even the cheaper way to do it, there's a lot of candles. It's a lovely thing to sit and watch.
They are lovely to watch again, but they're detrimental to your health. They're really bad. I mean, it's just as bad as smoking. I mean, candle fumes and stuff. I mean, there used to be a name for it back like 150 years ago when everyone used candles. I can't remember what it was, but it's a massive lung condition and stuff.
Any of them oil lamps will burn clean.
Sorry?
The oil lamps burn clean, but they still give vapors off. I'd imagine they do, don't they? An oil lamp,
anything you burn it's going to give off some sort of vapor because it's burning that fuel. So whatever fuel it's burning, you're getting the remnants of that fuel.
Isn't soy wax supposed to be better than the paraben wax though as well?
What? Sorry?
Soy wax better than paraben wax. It's
Wouldn't
not
have
really. Soy wax isn't as commercially available as paraben wax. But for example, Yankee Candle's paraben wax, so you're burning parabens. So would soy wax not be better? I personally think it would, but haven't read too much into it. But as you were talking, I thought
we may have cleaner ways of making candles nowadays that would make it not as bad, but don't get me wrong, I love candles. I do. I used to sit there literally. I had what I called a candle bottle. It was this humongous thing that started from a wine bottle, and I literally used to sit there and just like light a candle because I used to go down to a candle shop and buy like 20-30 candles every week, and I'd just sit there and wrap them onto this candle bottle, let it drip down, and it turned into this literal humongous like candle. But unfortunately, it got all dusty when I stopped doing it, and I got convinced to throw it out. But, so I mean, it's a nice idea, but
it's like scented candles are the big business, aren't they? These candle shops.
Yeah.
And these essential oils, like I've never had any essential oils, so how essential are they?
Oh, see.
I'm hoping he's got a point to this leaning over and making noise.
Yeah, I've got some. I use patchouli oil instead of deodorants now. I can't find it. It's in my drawer there. But anyway, I've got a little. So I do myself. I do actually use.
I use
essential oils. Yeah, but for the scent rather than.
Why do they call them essential though? Because I've never had any.
I think it's essence, essential. It's the essence of the. Yeah, I don't think it's like essential. It's a play on essence. I think I'm not. Don't quote me, but that was my understanding of it.
Just to put that before, it's like something you need, isn't it? It's like, oh, maybe get an essential line.
Sorry, I missed that one, mate.
Yeah.
Like if you put that word before it, it can make it sound like it's more urgent that you get it. It's like
yeah. A market employee, it could very well be. I mean, it would not surprise me in the slightest.
Why are essential oils essential? Yeah, essential oils are compounds extracted from plants. The oils capture the plant scent or flavor or essence. Unique aromatic compounds give each essential oil its character. That's not fucking helpful. Yeah, I think it's just the essence sensual. I think it might be a mixture of essence and sensual. I think that's what that sounds like.
Like a play on words, then, isn't it?
Yeah, but I like me some essential oils. And it again, where I work, all the ingredients are natural, from natural sources, and they do use essential oils, which again are natural. And you do feel a certain type of way when you're sat in a bath with a bath bomb that's got lemon or lime or a citrus. You do feel uplifted and ready to go. And when I've got a lavender bath, I do feel relaxed. And if I burn a lavender candle or have something with lavender in it, I do feel more chill and more susceptible to relaxation. Whether that is a placebo, who can tell? But if it works, it works. So I don't think it matters. Yeah. And what's this? Jamie's still doing the 4 candles?
No, he's not doing the 4 candles. He's doing the 4 candles.
What's the 4 candles? Right, I'm confused. Are they 4 candles or 4 candles?
4 candles.
Right. I'm still confused. Which ones? We can't be doing a bit right now.
Jamie stopped doing 4 candles, and now he's doing 4 candles.
Yay!
I don't know what any of the other things was, only the candles. Because he asked for a few things in that sketch, didn't he?
Yeah, the whole list, and yeah.
But the candles
I'd have to rewatch it. But I mean, it's a classic scene. It really is.
Candles for forks. It's a good bit. Good skit. 4 candles.
So these things, these things like makeup and whatever, it's like, or cars and all these things that blokes get and all that. How much of it do you think is programmed into us? Like, we don't really need these things. It's just a thing that the sellers tell us it makes us more of a man, or it makes you more of a woman, or it makes you feel a certain way. It's like those oils that you take or you get in the bath with. Like you say, it energizes, it does all these things. Now, are these things that it does, is it known for them? Did you have knowledge of these things before you tried them? Or did you try them and then say, guess what, I'm energized? Then you look at the box and then it says it energizes you. Or was it the other way around? Did you?
That's a really difficult question for me personally to answer, because I had essential oil training and ingredients training at my job before I tried the bath products. I was much more a skincare person. I was much more a skincare person than a bath bomb person. So I already knew what the ingredients were supposed to do, and they did it. But to me, I choose a bath bomb of how I want to feel, and then I come out feeling that way. So for me, whether they work in the way that they still work in the way that they're supposed to work, because I still come away feeling that way, which is how I wanted to feel. So like I said, whether it's a placebo or whether it's real, I don't really care, because that's how it makes me feel.
That's how it makes you feel. So is it right to say then fashion is a placebo? Because it portrays you're going to feel this way if you wear these clothes, So you go and get
I
them.
don't know. I can't answer that question. This isn't fashion that I'm wearing. I don't think.
You
I
know
don't
what
follow
mean,
fashion.
how
There is
fashion
no.
catches you. You must witness it. Like, I'm not
Pardon?
part of fashion. I'm not saying are you part of it. I'm not asking you personally. I'm your observation on it.
But I don't know, because I don't know how fashion's supposed to make me feel. So how could I possibly?
See,
I know how people's clothes make me feel, and I have this argument with my boyfriend all the fucking time. So where? No, you fucking don't. So he lives in tracksuits, and it makes me so angry. So I hate tracksuits with a passion, because for a number of reasons. Firstly, they don't fit him, right? He is the same. He's as skinny as D and about as tall as D, and he wears extra large clothes. His hoodie that he has on right now is extra. Is it triple X? Double or triple XL. And he looks like a hobo, and it makes me angry. So his clothes make me angry, if that helps answer your question. The other reason why I hate his clothes is because I see tracksuits as
how to say chavvy
clothes-
without saying
the-
chavvy?
well, I was going to say the clothes of delinquents, to be perfectly honest. I wasn't going to try and be nice to the chavs. But where I'm from, and where I live, if you see a group of kids wearing tracksuits, I walk the other way. Or a group of people wearing tracksuits, I'm probably about to get mugged, so I walk away from them. Whereas if I saw a group
But
of
surely
lads
they've
in
got
jeans,
tracksuits on, they catch you.
yeah, they can run fast. Yeah. I don't know if that helps answer your questions.
So his tracksuits having a placebo effect on you. For how you, because I'll say the placebo effect, it's like these things are symbolic of something. That's all they are, symbols of something.
Well,
So
no, also he looks ridiculous.
You're making you feel a certain way. And when you hate things, that's making you feel a certain way. It's like, why do you hate what somebody else is wearing?
Because he looks ridiculous and he's my boyfriend.
Nobody only looks ridiculous in your eyes, doesn't he? Because in his
No,
eyes, he's wearing them.
no,
So
no,
he sets out in the
he
morning.
does not just look ridiculous in my eyes. I have sent him pictures of, so our mutual friend Trig, he agrees with me. D, I think you've seen a picture of him in his clothes, and without his clothes on. And all of my friends from work agree.
From Dano's face, Dano should be wearing clothes like this. Yeah,
Yes.
the hippie tops. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Dano should be wearing from what he displays on his face. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Hang on a minute.
yeah.
Hang on a minute. You've got a certain way of looking at the tracksuit, and you relate it to these things. You associate it with those things, right? Now, clothes make you feel a certain way. You feel good not wearing fashion and wearing what you wear or whatever, right? He feels good because he wears what he does. Now, why can't he feel good wearing his tracksuit?
Because he looks ridiculous. The thing is I wouldn't have an issue with the tracksuits as much as if he wore them to the appropriate size. Like, if they actually fit him and didn't look like a hobo had given them him, I wouldn't have an issue, as much of an issue. But they are like, his legs are like like his calves, but the tracksuits are like kind of get into frame. Like they're like they're stupidly wide.
So what's the tracksuit doing then? Is it making him look bigger than what he is, or is it making him look smaller?
No, neither. They just hang off him, and they just don't look good.
In your opinion, so it's your opinion makes you hate his tracksuit.
Wait, say that again. I was reading the comments. I'm sorry.
It's only your opinion of his tracksuit that it is like that. It's like for him, I don't know. I haven't spoken to him, but I'd imagine if he's wearing it, he feels comfortable and it makes him feel good.
Yeah, he is the only person that agrees with himself. Nobody else has agreed with him that has seen his clothes.
He's the only person wearing the tracksuit.
Yeah, I'm still talking about you. Yeah. What did you say, mate? Sorry.
He's the only person who's wearing the tracksuit.
I see 100% what you're saying, which is why he's been living in my house since March, and I still haven't bought him new clothes. I get him to wear jeans when we go out to nice places, and then the rest of the time he wears whatever he wants, which I hate, and he knows I hate, but he's not going to change. So
Well, what
I
about
gave
the
up.
time you did them things that he might hate, but you've made him wear?
I don't really care.
It's
Don't really
delicious,
care.
isn't it?
I do plenty for him, and he knows that, and he appreciates that. So when we do actually go out, he wears jeans because he knows it makes me happy, and that's how functioning relationships work. And let me catch up here. So his clothes give you dermatitis, lol, if they make you angry. Yeah, they do. I'm going to use that, babe. Babe. Your clothes give me eczema. How could you? The 80s tracksuit thing is still alive. Wow, yeah, I know. Do they have yellow piping? Not those ones, no. I don't think any of them have yellow piping.
Explain that comment.
The strip that goes down the side. No. Early chavs wore them. And Mick, stop talking Q's with a Q. I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Stephen.
I'm sorry. That's
gone over my brain.
Yeah. Sorry, Jasper. Oh. All right. Hey, Stephen.
But yeah, they're not so much of an issue that I've replaced his wardrobe yet. But Christmas is coming. So he's getting gifts for me, to be perfectly honest. Aren't you, babe?
What?
Exactly.
Oh, so your gift to him is clothes that you want to see him wear?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
And I'll buy him clothes that he wants to see me wear.
Bedroom clothes.
Maybe. Mick knows. Mick, do you know? Q's with a Q.
QS with a Q.
QS with a Q. No idea.
Yeah, I'll put it up on the screen, Mick, again. If you look at the screen, look.
It's not going to make us understand it any more than what it was.
No. Sorry, yeah, it's gone over all of our heads, Jez.
You could join the chat and tell us what you meant, though, if you want, real quick.
Well, I was going to say it's almost midnight, and I am starting to get quite tired, so I'm not going to be going for much longer. But I will put the link in quick for anyone who wants to chat for another 10 minutes.
No delinquent tracksuit.
All right, if I can, sorry, there we go. Right click on this mouse is kind of broken. Right, yeah. Like I said, literally, I am putting a limit on it of 3 minutes past 12, and then I'm
3
shutting
minutes
down.
past 12. All right.
That's
3
10
minutes past 12. That's good because I need a wee.
You have to get rid of me because I was on a hangout for 48 hours once. All the way through without eating.
Sorry.
No, I cannot 48 now.
Questions with questions.
Questions with questions, right.
Don't shout at me, Jez.
I always ask questions with questions, but I would operate on this question, so I don't have any answers.
Yeah, I don't think we tend to have many answers either. I just kind of ask things and hope that.
I used to know so much. It's not fair.
You do realise you know less as you go on, you start to realise there's less and less you know, not more and more.
I heard. That's what I heard.
As time goes on, you start to realise you know less and less, rather than more and more.
Do you think that's because you look back to how you were 10 years ago and realise, oh, fuck, I knew nothing back then compared to what I know now, so I therefore know nothing compared to what I'll know in the future, and you understand how much you learn as you get older, so never think that you really have understood or learned as much as you possibly could. I don't know if that got away from me.
I kind of look at it like you had opinions back then and you took them as facts. Then you get to a certain age, even now, I realise some of the things I think are only opinions. But to
Yeah.
you then, these opinions seem like facts to you.
Yeah. I don't want to know everything. And in fact, my son said that to me the other day. He said that his friend thinks he knows everything. And I said, well, do you think he knows everything? And nice. And he said, no, I don't think anybody knows. He said, no, he doesn't know everything. And I said, does he think himself knows everything? And he said, no, I don't think anybody could ever know everything. And I really liked that coming from a 6-year-old. That because you meet a lot of kids and they think they're all knowing, and I mean, we all probably were the same, and they think they know everything and they're God's gift and everything. So to hear my son actually understand that he needs to continue learning, whether that be in the way society thinks he should be learning or the way that we all think we should be learning, you know, I really liked his.
Do you know when you say you know something? To me, it's like you shut the door on it. It's like, that's all done, and I've shut the file on it. Well, if you say I don't know, the door's open, I can go and explore it even deeper and even further. And I think those that know, they've limited themselves and stopped any more learning going on. All right, Steve?
Yeah, welcome to the show, Steve. Like I say, only giving you, well, about
I'm only on for about
8 minutes now, but...
Yeah, I'm only on for about another 5 minutes and I'm off to bed.
That's cool.
I'm up at 4 a.m. in the morning.
I'd have been in bed about 4 hours ago then.
And
left Blackburn at 4:30, about centre 4 this afternoon. I only just got back home about half an hour ago. Because
I'd have been in bed about 4 hours ago. Nope. Right, Jez, sorry, if you can mute your watch page, please, bud.
Yes. Steve.
How you doing, mate? Long time no see.
Knackered, mate. Knackered.
Oh, no. Know the feeling, mate.
Been a busy week.
How's your jet engine coming along?
Oh, I'm not doing that, mate, till the Batman car's done.
You're not doing that now till Batman's car's done?
Yeah.
Forget all that. When's my lightsaber getting here?
I've got to go down to the paint place tomorrow, get some primer. I've painted the little red button, that's done. The button holder, that's done. The holder at the back's done. The long piece, that's done. I've just got to do the outside frame and chrome, then it's finished. Leave it for 2 days and then it's on its way.
That sounds delightful.
Yeah, it'll be delightful when it's out my way.
Free him up to get on with his other bits.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to make a lightsaber either, Jez.
First time I've built one, Cakes. I don't want to build one again.
Do you work much with wood?
All depends. I do work with wood, yeah.
Do you have any tips for a novice person who wants to build a cupboard?
Yeah, just chop it up and stick it in a fire.
I'm not allowed to chop it up. I have to buy the wood pre-cut.
Depends on what you're building. Do you know what I mean? If you're just building a cupboard, just draw it first. Draw your measurements. You know what size it needs to be.
Yeah.
And then what you want to be doing, when you put your screws in, depends on what wood you're using. Always drill pilot holes first, and then the wood won't split.
Yeah,
and then
I know that part.
Put the screws in, and that's it. And if you've got a table saw, if you're putting outsides on and stuff like that, you can mitre the corners so they mitre up quite nice and tight, and then use wood glue, etc., etc. All depends on what you're doing.
What would you? So I think I'm going to go down the route of chipboard and covering it in something, because that's cheaper than hardwood. And
use MDF. MDF would be a lot cheaper than chipboard.
That's what I was thinking of, like one of those mixed wood kind of things. What would you cover it in?
I'd cover it in like a thin MDF, you know, or you can use ply, a really thin ply board. Depends on what you want it for. Just do the outs, just do the sides and the back really thin, and then obviously you could do the front in a thicker material, so it gives it that more of a style.
It's going to be completely covered, but I need it to be somewhat waterproof, because it's going to be used for basically in between the two sofas. So we've got a little sofa and then a long sofa this way, and in between there's like almost a triangle, but it's not. It's a polygon space, and it's quite big. It's about 3 foot by 2.5 foot. It's quite big. And we've currently only got a small table that's about that big. You can tell by the size of my head. It's about that big. And I want to build it so that it's got 2 compartments with a flip top. Now my mum keeps saying, "Oh, just staple something to the top of it," and I'm like, that doesn't sound good. She was like, just staple some curtains around it, and I was like, well, that's not waterproof, mother. That's. And then I thought, could I use a plastic tablecloth and glue gun that to the sides to make sides waterproof, and then buy like a pleather for the top?
Well, if you're building something like that, I mean, you can use chipboard for the sides, and then what you want to be doing, you want something like an inch by inch, you know, timbers for the corners, and then just screw materials into that. And then you could put a fabric round it. You can get some spray on adhesive, and then just stick a fabric round it, bend it round, stick your top on, screw it from the inside, and then it won't go anywhere. It'll be watertight anyway. It's a table, isn't it? You're going to spill water when you just wipe it off.
Well, yeah, that I just don't want the wood to rot because of clumsiness, you know.
Well, the time you spilt something, you're going to wipe it up anyway, so it's never going to rot.
You can seal it anyway. You just get some linseed oil or some sort of oil for it, and just seal it up. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
Or you could put a wax, you know, wax on the top.
Wax it, varnish.
Yeah, there's so many different things that you can do.
That's what I was thinking. But I was also thinking getting, is it Ubi Bond? It's in like a yellow tube. Does that work? I've seen that before. My dad glued something with that. Could I glue a pleather with that? It's in a yellow tube. I think it's Ubi or Uni Bond. And because I kind of would like a pleather top.
Unibond.
Unibond. Where you glue both sides and wait for it to somewhat dry and then stick. Would that work? Or do I need something like
no, that should work.
Lino adhesive.
No, that'll work.
Obviously not wallpaper paste.
Or you can use Gorilla Glue or Pink Grip.
Okay, I'll try and remember that. So, yeah, just because she needs somewhere we can store shit to, like lift the lid and put in blankets that are everywhere, and just stuff to declutter.
Yeah, you can buy the hinges. You just have to just use normal door hinges. Do you know what I mean? Just put them on the table.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, normal.
And then they just open. They just open up. You can put a magnet. You can put 2 magnets on it, one on the inside, and you know, so when it shuts, it's got more of a better seal. Keeps it down. Loads of things you can do.
Or I could make it like a chest and put, you know, like chest clips on it, or like a belt clip on it. That would be cool.
Yeah, or you could
really old and rustic.
Or you could do your table and on the backdrop, if it's against a wall or something, you could design something. You know, like I don't know if it's for D's sake, you could have like a small Jedi in the background with 2 lightsabers in his hand, or you know.
Yeah, I'm not D.
Oh, do whatever you want. Do you know what I mean? Like a backdrop.
Lateral thinking, Cakes. Lateral thinking.
Because like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, you weren't here. I have built things before. I have built kitchens and stuff, and I've plastered, I've tiled, but it's all been under my dad's supervision. And I don't live with my dad. I live with my mum.
That's
and
nice. Why don't you do a mosaic on the top?
Well, that would be really cool. That would be really cool. Because I did say to Dee, I'm pretty sure if I got like half an inch of wood and framed the top, I could use resin, because he was talking about resin. But I'm not too sure how does resin sink through chipboard? I'm not. These are things that I need to Google. No, it won't.
No.
Okay. So I know that it's thick, but I didn't want it to like see.
There may be some absorption, but where it's not like it will just sink straight through.
Yeah, it's not a sponge.
But
mosaic would be pretty cool.
It'll absorb into the wood a little tiny bit because it's got an adhesive itself to it. But once it's on, it's on.
Yeah, it does.
Like a little mosaic. You know, you could do
mosaic would be so cute. That's a good idea. But I've also got to think of the weight of an arthritic woman lifting it. So
well, you could just do it in small, like 10 mil tiles, couldn't you?
Resin, resin's a lot lighter than wood anyway.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when you make these things, it costs you more than just going out and buying one. I made a bed once, but it's more automated.
But this is a really odd shape, and we have cats, so we don't want the cats going behind it and whizzing against it. So it needs to fit perfectly. So if I was to contract somebody out to fit it perfectly, it would cost me more money than it would to make.
Or if you go to the timber yards or B&Q or something like that, and you say to them, have you got any offcuts? Sometimes they have offcuts, and it could be the size that you need, and you'll get it for next to nothing.
But I'm not allowed to cut the wood. My dad won't let me cut it, so I've got to order pre-cut wood, which will cost me around 25 quid.
Why can't you cut the wood?
My dad won't let me borrow his circular saw because I don't have a respirator, and he doesn't have a respirator either.
It's only wood.
Yeah, Dad said that I'm not allowed to cut MDF.
You just put a mask on, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I can't afford a 70 to 150 pound circular saw, and my dad won't let me borrow his, and I don't know any men.
You don't need a circular saw, you could just do it with a handsaw.
Men don't have built-in circular saws. I could. Yeah, I could, but I think that the cost that it would, I'm pretty sure, because I have nowhere to store a saw. I don't have a shed.
Have you got a jigsaw? We're not on about 100-piece jigsaw.
No, I know what a jigsaw is. No, I don't. I don't own a saw. I own a tiny hand saw that is lost. It's about that big though. It's only little, and I can't even remember what it was for. But yeah, so by the time I've bought sanding stuff and a saw, I may as well have just pre-ordered pre-cut wood to my house.
You can get it pre-cut when you go to a store. You just say, "Can I have the off-cut? Can you cut that for me to that size, please?" And they'll do it for you.
That's an option then. I will ask there then.
Why can't you use a saw?
I can use a saw, but by the time I bought the saw, by the time that I bought a sander, because I'd need to sand the edges down, obviously, because saw.
Nah, you just do the old Karate Kid, wax on, wax off.
Okay.
You don't need a belt. You don't need a belt sander out just to do what you're doing. You could just use.
No, I didn't mean about. I meant like a little hand electric, because I've sanded the floor at my dad's house with a little handheld little electric thing. But then, by the time we got round to varnishing it, it was just a mess, and then we gave up hand sanding it.
Yeah.
So I was just gonna. Yeah, but I'm sick.
Right.
So.
What's the matter?
Second time in the night.
Just use a bit of sand and a bit of sanding block.
Yeah.
And sandpaper.
Yeah.
With your
elbow grease.
Yeah, elbow grease, yeah.
Yeah, well, just ask one of your friends that you know that's got a circular saw. Just say, can you cut that for me? Job's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I've got one here, sickle saw.
You live quite far away.
Mm.
But yeah, so I just I want to build it. So I'm going to look this week of the best way to acquire my wood. Dee's dying over there. Right, we're gonna.
I'm sorry. Like I say, midnight's kind of my limit. I hit that wall and I'm going.
Yeah.
Like,
Cool. We'll call it, and you will see us guys in the chat with Jamie's stream within the week. That's Vegan Realist is in our description. You'll see us definitely in the chat next Saturday in Jed's and VB's grey area. I've already spoke to Jed, and I probably won't. I feel like I've monopolised his panel the past few weeks. So unless he specifically, he said he'll ask for me if it becomes a sausage fest. He'll ask for the woman's opinion, and he'll ask for me to come on. But unless he asks for me to pop on, I won't be on. But I'll be in the chat there, and then
I'll stick in the chat as well. I think this time.
Yeah. Well, we are usually a package deal, so.
Well,
you know, on Jed's the past few weeks.
Where are you all week on Jamie's then? God. God, you leave me alone. I'll get myself into fucking trouble. You should have heard some of the shit I was saying last night. Fucking hell.
Know, right. Well, Jamie needs to message me when you start acting out and misbehaving. Like, Jamie needs to be like, oi, come and help me. Okay, right. Jamie, I know you're watching. I know you're listening.
Tea cakes mix, Steve. I'll see you all later.
See you later,
Jez. Thanks for popping on, mate.
Yeah.
Everyone, like I say, check our description for a link to Jez's channel there.
See you all soon.
Cheers.
See you soon, everybody.
See you later.
Oh, yeah. Cheers, Steve, man. Sorry, try and get on a bit earlier next time, mate. Oh, he's gone. And Mick's gone as well. Shit, Mick.
Bye, Mick.
Thanks so much
for
popping
on.
Popping
up, guys.
But so dropped off faster.
Well, we did say we were wrapping up.
I know, but that was a lot faster than I was expecting.
But yes, thanks everybody who popped on. Thanks, Mick, for spreading
Mick for helping us keep the show going. I think we would have shut down a lot sooner if Mick hadn't jumped on. So.
Well, we always aim for 2 hours, so to exceed that is
this is this is definitely pushing me when I'm not prepared for it. It's like if I know I'm going to be up late, I'll usually have an afternoon nap now. Right?
When we were on, exactly. Yeah. So thanks for everybody in the chat and all of your input and whatnot. And we will see you in the week and next week, obviously.
Cool. Excellent. Thanks all. Bye. Oh, it's the double click. Sorry, I do this every time.
Useless.